Big love in the building. Make sure I get that motherfucking lover's patience. Let me tell you one thing though. Yeah, Rose. I don't need no motivation. Trying to change my situation. Make a lane away from niggas. Hit a fade away on niggas. I don't get no explanations. I don't need no validation. I don't see no competition. I don't need no phony bitches. I don't fuck with opposition. Kill them all with preparation. Mix the flow with education. Smoke the whole of medication. Get these hoes up on my face. If you ain't adding to my space, then you a cancer to my greatness. Yeah, bitch.
He's supposed to choose be okay.
That actually works for me.
Trying to tell this nigga go to the hood.
That works for me.
Does it look like he's shopping the hood?
Yeah, it's true. Never mind.
We just talking about, you know what I'm saying? We just talking about shopping. We talking about, you know.
Yeah, but the place you choose to shop is Tinder.
I mean, are you shopping? I mean, some niggas like Abercrombie, some like Against All Odds.
Where do bitches got the most money at?
All right, that is insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. that's crazy.
Which dating app do these women have the most money?
There are CNAs on Tinder too.
Wow.
They all trying to be RNs though.
Real niggas. They all trying to be real niggas.
Oh my goodness.
Do you guys know where my phone is? That kind of has a topic list on this.
Did you not put it in your room?
Nah, just I got it. I was sitting on it, but not really. It was under my PlayStation controller.
He was sitting on it here.
Pause.
Jesus, bro.
Pause.
Not even a minute.
What made you go with that verse?
Nigga, it was him, not me.
You took it there.
No, you put it there.
I took it there. And the Regulation Podcast, episode 79. I am in the Regulation Uno champion shape.
Boop no.
Oh my gosh.
It's Sean. Big shout out Moby Dean. You know what I'm saying? Taliban, ISIS, all of them. Dean.
Monsieur Bouzin.
For the boy with the braids again.
Monsieur Bouzin.
Niggas kids be ugly, yo.
Yo, yeah. You know what? Yeah.
My God.
Nah, let's finish the intro because that shit is, that shit is a fact. Everybody baby not cute. Tell them who you are.
It's BDT, aka Cause You a Fweet. I don't know if y'all got the button yet. Y'all ain't get the button yet, did y'all?
Nah, we ain't doing that. You know we behind schedule.
Yeah, definitely are. It's all right.
Purple lighter is this? Mine. Lighter flick. Everybody baby not cute. Y'all ever seen somebody baby that's ugly in real life?
Yeah. 100%.
You never seen an ugly baby?
He's a liar.
Nah.
Never.
I ain't been around too many babies, bro.
I work with kids, so I plead the fifth.
Them niggas ain't gonna hear this. Them
ugly
babies be ugly.
as kids.
Yo, babies be ugly. And the craziest shit to me is when somebody hold their baby up, actually be like, oh my God, look at him, ain't he cute? And you gotta lie right to their face.
I forgot who asked me. So it was like, they was like, yo, if your homie baby ugly, you gonna tell him?
I'm a fraud that nigga.
Yeah, I'm a fraud. Cause I'm like, why my bro head look like that?
Like, Key be having Titan around an ugly baby.
Yeah.
First time I seen this nigga, I'm like, yo, this baby ugly as shit.
You told her that?
Yeah. I was like, yo, why you got this ugly baby playing with my son? He gonna be mad rough and dent my son.
Yeah.
He gonna scratch up my son. Yeah, like,
That's funny.
A football hit the car and that shit be dented. This nigga hit my son. Now he got a dent in his forehead. That's just one ugly
Gosh.
Yo, she told me the wildest story. You know, I can't tell that on air. I can't.
You better than me.
Sweet
No, I'm
Christmas.
not. So she was over there with the baby and her friend.
Yes, sir.
I'm fucking wild.
Long story short, somehow, someway, the babies end up smelling like coochie. I'm not gonna say how.
Wait.
Nah, bro, you gotta say how, because I never. How do
Was
a
he
baby
just
smell
born?
like coochie? What type of coochie?
He said, was it just born?
What type of coochie?
Yeah, what type of coochie?
Niggas is macking. And
All
she's-
coochie ain't created equal.
Niggas was macking, and then the baby, you know what I'm saying, was macking. You know how, like, with your mom.
Oh, the baby was macking in between some legs
And then-
and came out the legs, like came from between the legs, smelling like coochie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we know what type of coochie then.
Ham sandwich.
Yo, I don't eat pork, so.
Cause let's keep it. It's some coochie you could walk into the room and be like, yeah, like yeah, y'all was
Somebody in here.
yeah, y'all was right. Y'all was in here before me.
Zig.
Y'all was in here before me.
Y'all was in here before me is crazy because you know exactly what that stink smells like.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I be so happy when like my man's like, yeah, like, I just fuck. Like I might walk into his room or something, it don't smell like nothing. I'm like, damn, your bitch valid. I'm like, your bitch valid. That's how I know your lady valid. If I could walk into your room after you hit the coochie and feel like wasn't nobody in there before me, yeah.
Me and smell like it. Nobody baking no bread.
Yeah.
Zig be sniffing niggas' rooms.
I be walking in niggas' room after they felt like, oh, all right, cuz you good.
All right, niggas good.
You can hit my vape.
Yo.
Because if not, a nigga up lip might be crazy.
Ugh.
You know what I'm saying?
Nigga fooping while you smelling crazy.
Wow. What's on the topic list, bro?
That was an Adrien Broner comment. Adrien Broner's on the topic list. Did we do that last week? No, there's no way in hell we did that. Nah. We spent 3 hours and didn't talk about AB or Adrien Broner.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
So the funny, there was a tweet this week. It was like, which AB is funnier, Adrien Broner or Antonio Brown? I don't even know why that was a competition for real.
Nah, I appreciate the thread because I didn't know he was that funny.
Yo,
who? Adrien Broner?
Yo,
oh my god, what?
I don't watch boxing, bro.
Wait, I never saw it. What's going on?
Bro, he got on stage and said, you know what I'm saying, anybody, they call me the can man. Anybody can get it.
Yeah, I seen that. But the one that had me laughing when he was like, did you really think you won that fight? And then he was like, you know when you want cheese on that burger? Yeah. I'm like, what is he talking about?
And he meant that. He said, you know how like how you want cheese on that burger? And like,
and then he just started laughing.
Yeah. And the nigga was
I thought I won the fight.
Like, yo, what do that mean?
Yeah, because I still don't know what that means.
That sounds
what do
insane.
that mean?
I didn't even know he was that funny. Honestly.
Yeah, nah, bro. He's hilarious.
And the fact that he was being compared to fucking Antonio Brown. Like, Antonio Brown's funny-ish, but like, it's for like parody. Like, that's really who like he was like all the time. Like, anytime he spoke to the media, he was really saying some bullshit. Anytime, win, lose, or draw. That nigga got on stage and was like, you know what I'm saying, I ain't had but, you know what I'm saying, $13 to my name before this fight. Got 13 mil now, you know what I'm saying? He basically was like, yeah, we gonna fuck all weekend, spend hella bread, and them saying, then after this weekend, we gonna get back to work.
Don't forget he a rapper. Who the better rapper, Adrien Broner or AB? Or Antonio Brown? Antonio Brown a better rapper. I don't know if you ever heard.
I didn't know Adrien Broner.
You didn't know
rap.
what, bro? Adrien Broner was a rapper, bro. He was a rapper.
That's terrible.
We should have made him the intro.
Yo, that'd have been filthy.
And replace you? No.
They said this nigga lost the boxing match and then posted a picture of him with a gun. It was like, fuck this boxing shit. I really be boxing shit.
Yeah, nah, he was a real street nigga. He still kind of be in the streets. That nigga be drinking all that. He be doing all that shit. He was talking about how niggas be around Florida, they get scared to be themselves, and he just be like, nah, fuck it.
Bro, Floyd's the greatest. Floyd's the greatest.
Niggas was comparing Adrien Broner to Floyd for a little bit.
They thought he was about to be the young
years
Floyd.
ago. I mean, credential wise, he
was that until he wasn't.
Yeah,
bro, I watched Floyd put a video out recently. It was like, yo, like trying to teach fighters to get back to like fundamentals and all this other shit. He was like, you know, they be doing all this like. All of like, you know how niggas be doing the speed bag shit in their videos when they went on his like, but like niggas don't be doing them combos like in real life. So he did like a little boxing vid, and then he was like, if you don't believe me, he's like, everything I do in my warm ups, he's like, I really do that shit. Like, if you don't believe me, go watch the it wasn't Cotto, Arturo
Gotti.
Yeah, he beat the shit out that nigga, bro.
Really?
When I tell you it was a 6, maybe 7 round fight. I watched this shit on my break. That's how long the fight was. He was punching Arturo Gotti might have landed 20 punches in 7 rounds. No bullshit, bro.
Wow.
No bullshit. He couldn't hit him.
AB dropped, Adrien Broner dropped the album this year. But y'all niggas is slipping.
Bro, why we didn't review that before the pod?
Bro, y'all niggas is slipping, bro.
I didn't even know he was a musician.
It sound like Daniel from Insecure wrote this.
He's getting beats from Zaytoven.
That's it.
I'm still rocking forces.
He rapping like he
and Jordan.
He rapping like he's 16.
He rapping like he read with his finger.
He rap
Ain't no forces.
He rap like the little bouncing ball shit on top of shit.
With karaoke.
Like, follow me, okay?
Oh my gosh.
You nigga rap like Rick Roll. Oh my god.
Bro, how was y'all week? What y'all get into this week? Anybody get into anything crazy?
Bro, my week was boring because we ended football season. All I'm doing is going to work and going home.
I'm trying to find something to fill the void.
Yeah. And I don't know whether it's going to be me like going back to the gym and stuff like that because we don't start OTAs until January. So
Zig suggested prostitution, like sell your body.
Nah. Just buy bitches.
Oh, which one of those is worse, selling your body or buying bitches? Which would you rather do?
Which would you rather do?
Which would you rather do? Sell your body or buy bitches?
I'd rather.
Gotta choose one.
I'd rather buy bitches.
Crazy.
you sell your body?
Selling dick, bro.
The mother of my child, I'm like, I'm broke. She's like, why don't you sell your ass? And I'm like, yo,
Sell your
I sell
ass?
my ass, but might sell a little meat. I mean, realistically, which is more profitable?
So yeah, my week has been boring because they ended the football season, and like I said, I've just been going to work and coming home and stuff like that, right? So Friday gets here, I have all my game day. I have from my hoodie to my pants. I have on my game day stuff like we had a game, and I got off of work. I was just like, wait, we don't have a game today, so I had to drive back home, mad depressed, thinking that.
Nigga had his outfit on.
Word, bro.
He had that shit laid out. Like first day of school, it was like, yeah, we here.
But it was crazy. Like
wasn't on the guest list.
just going. Wow, just going home and like there was no game. I was real upset. Not gonna lie.
Them kids not coming out to do no running right now.
Nah.
Definitely not.
The niggas smoking nickel bags. My high school kids smoking nickel bags.
Nicks allowed.
Doing all types of other shit that you ain't gonna hear about.
What about you, Sean?
Me and Reggie had early Thanksgiving with my mom on Saturday.
Yes, we did.
Why?
Yeah, because I'm not going to be there for Thanksgiving because I want to play football instead. So
You ain't playing football till 9 p.m. nigga?
We playing.
No,
he going somewhere.
They're going out of town.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm staying home so I can play football.
Oh, wow.
So the deal is, I'm gonna be staying the night at my mom's house on Wednesday, and then go from there. So he's gonna be staying home.
So she just decided to make food and invited us over.
Right.
So we just went there.
Niggas had a good cook meal.
Yeah.
And by the way, Mom Dukes, if you listening to this,
I hope your mother
the
is not
macaroni and
on the ears to
cheese.
this
She
ignorance.
did not make it past the first 2 minutes.
The macaroni and cheese was amazing, as always. And
She took her headphones off like white boy in that meme.
Like the old cover.
wow.
Yeah, like the old cover. Yeah.
No, but I keep telling my mom, I was just like, yo, you might as well just sell plates because like that's how good the food is.
That's valid.
Yeah, but that's what I did Saturday. Last week I just went to work. It was a boring week.
Come on, man. We too young to be living
pretty-
like this.
I was pretty depressed because Takeoff died. So
Oh, yeah. I feel
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
yeah.
I didn't really know how to get into that for real. Like,
So that's how my week was.
you know what I'm saying? That shit just, rest in peace to the guy.
RIP Takeoff. RIP Aaron Carter. Aaron Carter just lost his shit a couple days ago. Y'all remember Aaron
Yeah.
Carter, right?
Yeah, he passed away on Saturday, right?
Nah, that's not Aaron Carter.
Backstreet Boys.
I'm leaving. It's not Aaron Carter.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
I'm leaving. Isn't that Jesse McCartney?
That is Jesse McCartney because that was my MySpace song.
That's
like a
Jesse
week.
McCartney.
That was my
I've been singing
MySpace
that
song.
all week. Like,
Nigga said,
R&B.
I'm leaving.
I've been singing that all week. Like, that was his.
Never to come back again.
No, that's worse. That's even worse than when 50 Cent tried to play homage to Takeoff by playing Bad and Bougie. Y'all didn't hear about
that
that?
shit was wicked.
Wait, what?
Y'all didn't hear
So,
about that?
I think 50 Cent had a show and he was doing like a rest in peace Takeoff tribute, but he was playing Bad and Bougie.
And Takeoff is
don't
on
have- he
that
don't
song.
have
He's not on the song.
Yo, 50 is nuts. You can't tell me he didn't know that.
You didn't know that.
You didn't know that. I don't think you knew that.
Oh my
50.
He might not even be able to differentiate the three of them niggas. For real.
I'm not a real big fan of the Migos, but I can differentiate all three of them.
So I'll be completely honest in saying that like culture is what really put me on the Migos as far as like music. Like that shit was literally a time. Like
The first album?
That was not their first album.
No. I'm talking the first Culture album.
Oh yeah, that shit from like cover to cover was crazy. Like Call Casting probably my favorite shit on there. And like you could play that shit from wherever you going, from start to finish. You ain't had to skip nothing. It was just fantastic.
I agree. I think my favorite song on that whole album was probably T-Shirt.
Ooh. Mama told me. Never said,
we old because that Versace shit dropped in 2013.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I was on.
Yeah, it was 2013. I remember because I was in Canada. And after my fall semester, sophomore year, I just left. Like, I took all my shit from my dorm room and went straight to Canada and stayed out there for the whole entire month of winter break. And I remember I was driving out in Canada listening to that shit, like, putting all them.
You was fucking Canada bitches, weren't you?
So realistically, I mean, I
Was I fucking Canadian bitches?
Yes.
What is the?
I don't think I got no Canadian pussy out there that time. Oh, I'm lying. Yes, I did.
That's what I thought. It was white, wasn't it?
Shut
Yeah,
up.
she was
Both
white.
of you.
She was like 6'2".
Jesus.
Are we talking about
So,
white bitches?
yeah, like, it's
Niggas
Zeke's
was
fault.
fucking Zoo Bird.
Nigga,
Actually,
he
it was his
asked me.
fault. It's your brother's fault. Anyway,
Come on, brother.
why aren't? What happened between the three of them where it was like they like it was two and then there's one? I don't know. What is it? Offset and then it was Quavo and Takeoff kind of had their own thing, right?
You talking about now or back then?
When they split, what happened with that?
Well, I know
don't
Offset
know
wanted to. I know Offset wanted to get his he wanted to own his individual masters. I know that.
I don't know why they split, but to me it didn't matter because like when I became a Migos fan, that's how it was. Like it was really just Quavo and Takeoff. Like that's how they started off. And Offset came like not towards like he joined basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like I was about to say he was in and out of jail at the time. So they was making a lot of projects without
That's
him
why I was
anyway.
like free Offset. That was
Yeah, that was the thing back then. So they was making a lot of projects without him, or he was just like recording his verses like from the jail phone. And then, so yeah, he was in and out of jail. So when I first became a Migos fan, you didn't really hear
Offset too much.
Yeah, you didn't really hear him too much. You just heard Quavo and Takeoff. That's why when they split, I wasn't really tripping because they all made solo albums and Offset had the best one. Like I think people say like Quavo's the best artist out of them three, but Offset is the best artist out of them three. And so
It's just Quavo, Beyonce.
yeah. So when it was like Offset doing his own thing, Quavo and Takeoff doing their own thing, like that's really like how it's really not always been, but like that's how
I feel like Takeoff was kind of taking his time, and then he was like, "All right, cool. Now was my time." I feel like this right now was about to be his time to really be like, "All right, cool. Now I'm about to like just."
But he always been rapping like this. Though.
Oh yeah. He always been rapping like this, but I mean in terms of like. It's more shit than just rapping like this. It's like, okay, we about to now market shit different. We about to market shit a little more solo. I'm going to give y'all a little more of this, of that, and like push shit forward. Because there's some niggas who you know be nice. Yeah. Like niggas knew, all right, Ray Sherman was nice. But it wasn't until they made the double album, like the solo shit, kind of like where Sway Lee really showed you, oh, no, this nigga could sing. Yeah. And he could produce. And then he was like, oh, shit, nah, Jimmy could really rap. And then, you know, I feel like Quavo was not Quavo, excuse me. Takeoff was really now going to put they was going to put more shit behind him in terms of like saying, all right, we going to like now promote you. And,
yeah, but that's only now. That's only now because now it's popular to say he's the best Migo. Back then, it wasn't popular to say that.
Nah, I mean, I don't even think Takeoff was ready for like in his own. I feel like he was more ready in his personal life now, where he's like, all right. Now it's time for me to take it to the next level. Because he was always just chilling. If he wanted to take it to that level, he could have taken it to that level in terms of like creating more solo avenues for himself. Because even like when it was all still a group, they was all doing different shit solo. And you seen Quavo doing a little more shit. You seen Offset doing a little more shit. And Takeoff was kind of just like...
He was really only like making music with his niggas.
He was just chilling. I feel like he was going to take it to where he was going to be like, all right, cool. Now I'm ready to...
Yeah, if it wasn't Quavo Offset, if it wasn't fucking Skipper the Flipper or Rich the Kid on the track, he wasn't on that shit. Like he was just making music with his niggas.
I know.
Do you think it was a humble thing, or was it just a?
No, I think it's part of it was humble, and part of I feel like Takeoff the kind of nigga to be cool with just chilling and playing it back until he ready to be like, all right.
And he was the youngest one out of the three, no?
Yeah,
maybe by a little bit. He 28.
Yeah.
He was 28. Yeah,
But they all pretty much grew up together. Cause,
They cousins or something, right?
no, they both his they both is his uncles. Like Quavo's
Wow.
Quavo's sister is Takeoff's mom.
Oh shit!
They from the South, bro. That's how they from the South, bro. That's how that shit is. Like,
That's crazy.
so like they brothers, but like, well they uncle and nephew, but they brothers for real.
Well, one of the misconceptions though, niggas be saying that Offset wasn't talking to them niggas. He was still talking to them niggas. Like from what I came to know,
Yeah,
and
because
understand.
what's the name?
I really heard it was a lot of business when it came to Offset.
Because he's still beefing with QC. Like,
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's more of a QC thing.
and Takeoff birthday was like a few months ago, and he was posting Takeoff on his story for his birthday.
Yeah, like they and that's why even like when you heard like Quavo and Takeoff talking about Offset, they wasn't saying like, oh, fuck this nigga. They was like, yo, I hope we could, you know what I'm saying, come back and make this shit work. But when it's time, like it's time. Like
So
when that shit happens, it's gonna happen.
No, but
So what's going
the shit
on
is
with-
over with. I mean, but before Takeoff died, Quavo said it was over with. Like if you listen, to the fucking the Drink Champ shit before they cut the mics off, Quavo said to Nori, he was like, and stop asking, like, don't ask me about the group no more. That shit is over with. And then the mics cut off.
Don't ask him about the group.
Because Nori was asking them a lot of questions like, do y'all think y'all could reconcile with Offset and had the three of y'all back and stuff like that? And then after that, because Nori messy, like he made sure that was in there on purpose. Like, so Quavo was like, and don't ask me about the group no more. The shit over with. And then the mics cut off.
Which
So
you could
do you think he was making? You could take that two ways.
Yeah,
you could go like, one, the group is over with, or like the question is over with. Which one do you more so think it was?
I think it's the group.
And I only ask this because you like the Migos.
I think it's the group over with.
And that's because of the thing with QC.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know much about it. So what exactly?
They haven't really been giving out information like that. Whenever people ask them about it, they just give like generic answers. Like you don't really know anything, and people just been trying to find clues from the music.
Yeah,
so
niggas was trying to say
like,
Offset was fucking sweetie, like
shit like that. They just been trying to find clues in the music, but they haven't said anything.
I did hear Quavo say like when he spoke on it, he was like, I hope there's a time where we could, you know, all come back together as a group and do certain shit. It ain't no like hard feelings, And I know from I can't say like inside sources because I ain't super tapped in, but I heard from a place that it was more Offset was trying to get his own individual shit from QC, like his own individual masters and shit. That became a problem because QC owned by like I ain't gonna say the homies, but well, there's like who owns it, and then there's like your management and shit like that. And I think that was more or less of like, it's like somebody could be your manager and you could have a relationship with them, but then there's people who are who kind of above them, and those things could. I mean, honestly, I don't like being messy, but I feel like Cardi B kind of had a. Cause you know when you get a lady, she start making you think about shit. She be like, yo, like,
definitely you women be thinking about stuff that's not happening.
Like you
don't really exist. It
like,
don't be no
so
problem.
like you know you don't really need these niggas. I don't even want to put it out there to say that's what happened. But on some shit like, yo, you know how much money you could be getting if you was
had to split it 3 ways,
or not even maybe to split it 3 ways, but just like, yo, if you could get to own shit that you got out with QC, and then he's like, yeah, you know what, I probably ain't never really thought about owning my shit with them, whatever, and then it kind of go in that lane, but. I can't speculate on what did or didn't happen, so I don't even want to get too far into that convo. But but it seemed like it was more of a money thing and an ownership thing, and then that probably impacted whether or not niggas even felt like doing music with the label a certain way and whatever.
I would never want to see. I would never like. This is just me personally. Like, if I built something with somebody, and it's not to say that, like, you know, it's going to happen because it's all speculation, as we just said. But, like, we sit here, we build this podcast week by week. We invest our time and our money and whatever. I could never get to a certain space and be like, yeah, well, like, we could just do it without y'all. Every single person that's here, you know, means something. Every single person that, whatever it is that they do means something.
Yeah, but like the way I think about it is, I don't really think it's beef. I just think
I
like
didn't think it was beef.
I just think like Offset married with kids, bro. Like he on a different type of time than they are. Like,
Exactly.
True. Because they can still
like they can still like get out and move around. They don't got no kid. Like, but he got a wife and a family, so he just on a different type of time. So like maybe they
Who he already folded with, and after you fold, you
like,
fold a
bro.
lot of times, and she take you back. You gotta move. You better move different.
He wasn't with
That's
them at all
really-
that night, right?
I won.
Nah, and that's really what I thought it was at first, and that's why I really wasn't tripping because like niggas are adults, niggas got different responsibilities. You not,
That's like your man's, and that's like niggas being like, yo, come on, we go to the club. Niggas be like, yo, I can't.
bro. I got my
I can't,
kids,
but I got
bro.
my
Like,
kids. And niggas like, come on, son. Like, fuck them kids. Like,
yeah, and that's really what I think it is.
it's like, bro, still come on. It's like, bro, she got it. Like, that type shit.
Yeah, that's really what I think it is.
And it's like,
so I was never really.
And it's
about it.
crazy because sometimes the people around you don't necessarily. It's not to say like I'm fortunate enough to have 150% supportive friends. Like I don't think I've ever had a friend that when I've been like, yo, I gotta go see so and so, they're not like, oh, like how's TJ doing? Or, oh, how's I doing? Like or nothing like that. Like it's never been a thing that's like, bro, like fuck that. But that's also because like, you choose who you surround yourself with, and it's like, everybody doesn't have the mindset that. All right, like, I got to change the way I maneuver with this friend. Like, this friend can't always come out because he has responsibility. And it's like, sometimes you put your friends in different scenarios that you don't even realize you're putting them in when you ask them to do things that you probably know they already can do.
Facts.
Like, asking him to go on a trip for weeks at a time, and that's going to take away from time in his kid. Like, why would you even ask him that and put him in a situation where, like, now he feels like he has to think about that or choose to say no or anything of the sort instead of just being like, people got to learn how to support people without it being related to them. Like, I can support your dreams without it being a thing where it's like, damn, I don't get to see my friend no more. Like, we didn't see Reg for how many episodes? But it's like, I know Reg was doing something that he loved to do. He was enjoying himself and he was having a positive impact on kids and like all this different stuff. So it's like, how can I consider myself like his friend if I don't support what makes him happy?
Yeah, but at the same time, it's still like, all right, you doing that, so you do your thing and we do our thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I don't think, like if it's not a money thing, I think at some point it should be just kind of what it says. Like, yo, I hope we can get back to the point where,
That's what I'm saying. I never thought it was real, like, real beef. Because they family at the end of the day.
Tofu.
Jesus Lord.
Is that his one? Yeah. Are we still doing that?
I'm back ordered for like mad episodes.
Sweet Christmas.
And then whatever I don't got it, Sean got it. So I'm good. We good. Just don't need to keep track no more.
What else is on the topic list, man?
Everything is on the topic list. Nah, you know what? This I wrote this mad late. I added it very late to the list. So if everybody on the pod, if we had a slap boxing tournament, who do you think will win? Who's coming in dead last? And you have to answer.
I'm coming in dead last for sure.
Niggas, I'm coming in dead last for sure.
Who will win? I think. Probably. I think Zig.
Now, why are you saying he will win though?
Because Zig like 7'6". He got long arms. He got long legs.
A lot of things.
It's going to be hard
All
to
right,
reach him.
bro.
And like the nigga do coke.
Kids
Facts.
wobble, but they don't fall down.
Facts.
Shout out to Kevin Hart.
Occasionally.
So who coming in dead last?
I would have a long day.
Well, yeah,
with Zig and slap boxing.
Wait, there was a
And I can
viral
fight.
video of me slapboxing when I was in military school.
Like one thing I never did is like I never like play for it with tall niggas. Like if we was gonna fight, it had to be a real fight. Because then at that point, like I could do whatever. Like if we just slap boxing, then I can't really do much. And I got short arms, and you got long arms. You automatically gonna win that. And then if you hit me too hard, I'm gonna really want to fight.
That was one thing. So it's like it's levels to slap boxing because you still gotta say who's gonna lose. But it's really levels.
Already said he was already gonna lose. I'm just choose red.
Oh, all right.
I don't like doing that shit. Like
Bro, it's levels to slap boxing because you got, first of all, you got to define the rules first.
That's a
Because
fact.
niggas be slapping too hard. Niggas be like really slapping like we is boxing. It's like, bro, like we really just kind of like trying to see like if we was doing this, I would have got that off.
Yeah.
To me, that's what slap boxing is.
I don't like that though. Because then if you tell me that, I'm a really like challenge you. Like,
He's like, all right, but let's
you
see
could
if you really get it off.
see if you can really do it.
All right. So if we're gonna go that route, I think Mister would win. I sincerely think
It's
Mister
slap
would win.
boxing?
Yes, I think Mister would win in the slap boxing competition. I feel like that nigga been doing that shit his whole life. So
Like niggas just be on the block board.
I think Mister would definitely win that shit. That nigga probably the world champion.
I can see Mr. being kind of on Sean's type of time, like, bro, you slapped me too hard, cuz. Like,
See, I'm with all the bullshit. Like, I would slap box my friends, like any time, personally.
bro, them counter slaps really go crazy.
Yeah. That was how I went viral because I slapped the shit out of nigga.
See, and that's why you can't play. That's why niggas, you got to set the rules first.
Right.
Because when you slap the shit out, it's like, I know we was slap boxing, but like, why did you like?
I knew I wasn't trying to fight, bro. Though, so I was like, all right, like if you smack the shit out of me, like okay,
You got a big ass hand too, bro.
I
Like,
ain't going. No, I really don't. My hands are super regular size.
I got small hands.
My hands
My girl 5'1" and her hands bigger than mine.
damn.
crazy.
Yeah, I got small hands.
Wow.
This nigga. But nah, like it's like
Cha-ching.
like when I was a kid, that's what niggas did. Like when niggas was bored, it's like
I would never.
that first thing you know, somebody be like, "Bah," and now next thing you
slap
know,
box.
now niggas is slap box. It wasn't even no like let's slap box. They be like, throw your shit up. Now it's like,
It's like I bet. Say less.
come on, son. It's like, bro, don't be no bitch. I keep doing it. The bored nigga. It's like the Drewski video. That's how it all started. But it's like there was no women around. It was just a nigga. So it was like acceptable behavior.
I got a sleeper.
But I feel like if you fucking slap box now, well, ever, like, I hate the niggas that recorded the slap box.
I think if I had to choose a person to lose the tournament, based on kind of your what you call it, your go-to,
You gotta pick a nigga
like
to
your
lose.
reason to pick a nigga to lose, and like based off what you were saying, like as far as like height and all that, I got to go with Ivan.
Nah, but Ivan could scrap though.
I know Ivan can scrap,
Ivan probably the only one of us who actually used to box.
but like we not.
Well, me and Ivan boxed before
I'm
actually.
saying, but we also not like it's just slap boxing. So how do we score this?
The amount of
Should we
times
do
they
this?
get slapped.
The
in his
amount of
face.
slaps.
Should we do this?
Absolutely
The
not.
slap boxing get scores?
That's what I'm saying. But how do we know who wins?
You
don't.
usually
You just-
know if
you
the
just
nigga
slaps
win by the
connect.
end.
So,
The amount of slaps
By
connected.
the end of the slap box, you usually know who won.
so are we doing this?
No, I'm not slap
I'm not
boxing.
doing that.
I'm with it.
Oh wait, all the
Yo, if I had to have a sleeper winner, it would probably have to be Bert.
I can see that.
I can see Bert.
Bert kind of shifty.
Yeah.
I think Rose is gonna get too angry after 2 slaps and want to really fight.
He gonna want to wrestle somebody.
Yeah, he gonna want to use his strength.
I feel like niggas who not used to fighting are not that good at slap boxing because like you gonna want to fight eventually
Yeah.
because like you just keep getting slapped. But like niggas who are used to fighting, well, depending on how you used to fighting, like I can fight a nigga and shake his hand after, like personally, unless you stomp me in my face. You stomp me in my face, I'm killing everybody in your family.
That's respect.
Because I would never stomp a nigga in his face. I don't give a fuck unless you do something to my daughter.
I don't know.
trying to
Getting
kill
curb
somebody
stomped is
this
crazy. Getting curb stomped is crazy.
I would never stomp a nigga in your face.
I did in high school.
I would never.
But why though?
All right. Damn, I got to tell this story. So
You talking about the field day
it
incident?
wasn't Philly, it was gym class.
You was outside.
Yeah. So we was in gym class, we was playing football, and I'm the only nigga on the football team that's no, I wasn't. I was like, it was 2 of us. Me and so me and this nigga named Tyler, Big Tyler. I know another Big Tyler. What's that? Freddie Gibbs?
Freddie Gibbs, Tay Diggs. What's the difference?
So we was playing football.
Sorry guys, turning off my PlayStation 5.
One of the 2 that we have.
So we was playing
rich.
we was
Weird
playing
flex.
football in gym class, And this nigga was mad because I was cooking niggas because I'm on the football team. Like I play football, so when we play football in the gym, like I'm gonna show you. Like y'all niggas know, like
it's like playing NFL Street, but putting classic in the cheat code, and now we got the legends, bitch.
Yeah, it's like
a regular team.
It's like an NFL player playing against Pop Warner kids. Like,
that's a fact.
Like if I'm a football player and y'all not football players, of course I'm gonna be the best one on the field.
Facts.
So somebody got mad and he was guarding me, and then he was mad. They was like, "Yo, don't let him off the line." So him not letting me off the line was him putting his hands around my neck, like choking me, like. So I'm like, bro, do that again, it's gonna be a problem. Like I let it go. I let it go twice, bro. Because we playing football. Like I know how football is. Like niggas get rough, niggas get tough. Like it's cool. Like it's football. Yeah. And I played street football before. Like
so you know how I get.
Yeah.
Everybody that you know that play football on concrete. You know how that shit go.
But then when you realize like somebody like trying to hurt you, like that's when you like, bro, if you do that shit again, it's gonna be a problem. So the nigga did it again, and I hit him, and that nigga dropped, and then he tried to get up. And I kicked him in his face before he got up.
That's crazy.
So then, I tried to
he was
like
an angry child.
Yeah, so I tried to like dive on him and hit him, and he like kicked me in my face and leaked my whole nose. So I got mad because I felt blood, and I just kept kicking him in the head. And then this nigga named Tyler had to pick me up off of him and like carry me like.
Tyler is also on the football team, by the way.
Yeah, and carry me across the street because I wouldn't stop beating that nigga ass. Pause.
That's the thing about, all right, so when Rashawn fights, I noticed that he gets bloodthirsty, so the nigga will not stop until he sees red. And if he sees red, he goes crazy, bro.
I told this nigga, bro, if you do that again, it's going to be a problem. And he did it again, like, the play after I said it. So, like, you doing
clearly
it.
Clearly, he thought you was pussy.
Yeah.
Like, that's all that says.
What did Marshawn Lynch say?
On this episode, the niggas got me fucked up.
What did Marshawn Lynch say? Run through a motherfucker face. You ain't got to worry about him no more?
And that was the last fight I've been in, too.
That was your freshman year.
Yeah, that was the last fight I've been in.
That was your freshman year. I remember that.
Yeah, because if nobody, I probably would have killed him. And I was like, bro, I can't ever like do that shit again.
See, I like fighting for sport. I don't even like fighting to hurt niggas. I just want to fight because I just like fighting. Like,
nah, but I really been like fighting people all my life.
All my life, I had to fight.
Like for real, like
had to fight my brothers, had to fight my sisters.
So we moved from Newark to Orange, and you know niggas like to pick on the new kids and shit like that. Try to like push them around and shit. And I was small in school, so like I've been short, I've been small all my life. So niggas thought it was like telling jokes is cool, but like once you start like pushing me around and shit, then we got a problem. So I just started fighting niggas.
Well, that's the thing. Like a lot of people notice that difference between me and Rashawn. Like you know how Rashawn and I are like polar opposites of each other, despite the fact that we're Irish twins. And he'll fight, but I don't like fighting. So that's one of the reasons why bullying was like a real big thing for me. Like I let it happen because I don't do that whole hitting and stuff like that. And people knew not to hit me because I'm big. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you really want to go at it with me, I will really fuck you up.
Try block a nigga into the wall.
Literally. But, you know, people knew how to like use their words against me and stuff like that. And that shit would like really hurt my feelings. I didn't really like hitting nobody and stuff like that. And that shit was like, it would really fuck with me if I did something like that.
Yeah, so, like the only two fights.
I lied. That wasn't the last fight I've been in. I just lied.
Hey yo, wait.
I got into another fight senior year towards the end of the year, but I'm not gonna tell that story.
Wait, what just happened?
Nah, just keep going where you.
Zig.
Nah, it won't even make sense to the listener, so I ain't about to do it like that. But I just seen some funny shit. That's it.
So
I just seen some funny shit.
The last fight I ever had was. Wait. All right, now I want to see it too.
Yeah, like you gotta.
It's an animated video. Drake and 21 coming out the like the Monday Night Raw.
Oh, I seen it.
Oh my god.
So you know who I said? I said look at Jose. His look. Oh, you can't really see it like that. Seen though.
Saying look at Jose is mad funny.
Oh my god.
Because he got the purse and everything.
Because he got the bro.
Can you do something for me?
This shit is hilarious. But yeah, continue your story, Shake. I'm sorry, listeners, bro.
Nah, the last time I got in a fight, it was literally organized. Like it was karate.
It was like, I thought it was one of those after school, yo, meet me here at the fence at 3:20 type shit.
And
Like,
high
never-
noon.
in middle school, you never been one that.
we went to high school with a lot of niggas who like jumping niggas. Like that was like jumping.
See, you can get the fair one off in middle school. High school, it was kind of over, but in middle school, you can still get your fair ones off. Like once it hit high school, it was kind of clip, yeah.
And then it was like you knew, like I've walked friends out of getting jumped because it was like come on, bro.
Have I ever jumped somebody? I never.
Like literally,
one time.
like if you wasn't from the hall, like if you were from Union, you know what I'm talking about. If you wasn't from the hall and you was fighting somebody that was from the hall, you was getting jumped. Unless that nigga was winning.
Or unless you just happen to be like,
you was cool with all of them niggas and they let that shit rock.
With everybody. And it was two cool niggas and it was like, oh, nah, these niggas really got beef. Now we gotta let them scrap.
Bro, my nigga Tommy beat the shit out one of the little niggas from the hall. He fought the nigga, he lumped him up. So then after the shit was over, the shorty that had Tom book bag, they took his backpack from him. I'm like, nah, come get your book bag back. And I told Tommy straight up, I'm like, bro, like, he's like, nah, niggas got my book bag. I'm like, hey, Tom. I'm like, bro, like, you not trying to get jumped, bro? Like, it's a backpack, my nigga. But I'm telling you right now, you go across this bridge and you go to where they live at and all this other shit with 6 niggas following them, trying to get your book bag, going exactly where they live at.
You're done, son.
You're gonna get, like, it's dead for you, bro. You already won the fight. So niggas is not finna let you get 2 dubs off, especially in their hood. It's not happening. Bro, the shorty had to walk. The shorty got his backpack back from them. But, like, then my mans ended up having to leave the school because every single time, everywhere he went, it was like...
They was really trying to get their
niggas was trying to jump him.
Yo, that shit happened to me in school. Yo, so...
What?
Huh?
You said that happened to you?
Yeah, people... not trying to get me jumped, but like...
I was drunk on May 19th. I'm just I'm looking in this message that I sent this girl. I was like, yo, you wouldn't happen to have my phone. I lost my phone for like an hour one time at South Beach. And I remember I gave her my number. And I was like, damn. And I just happened to be looking through the messages and I was like, damn. I had to be wasted to ask somebody else that you ain't never met in your life if they got your phone.
But you were on your phone.
Probably using his laptop.
Oh.
Or somebody else's phone.
Yeah, keep that. That was just crazy.
I was saying, like these group of people, because I had fought one of their mans and I had whooped his ass. And when I got back to school, so I got suspended for a week, and then I got back to school, and then it was just like 4 of them, like him and like 3 of his friends just kept trying to fight me. So it was just like, yo, like.
So
niggas was like, so they sent somebody to the classroom I was in and was like, yo, meet so and so at this place.
And you used to say, meet me at the Rock.
Cause he
meet me at the Rock.
He was like, meet so and so at this place. I'm like, my nigga, I'm like, yo, you go tell that nigga I'm not meeting him nowhere. So school ends and all 4 of them niggas find me. So, 2 of my football team, I was with 2 of my football teammates, and one of my football teammates, his name was Gene. He didn't like one of the niggas, so he looked at me. He was like, "Bro, I'll set this shit off right now." I'm like, "Bro, you ain't gotta do that, bro. I'm going home." So I just left.
Bro,
oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that, and I was actually kind of mad that you didn't tell me because I would have really been in it for you.
Yeah,
niggas followed. Like I'm talking about, like it was a like bro couldn't go to no football games. Like he couldn't go to no basketball games, and like when he told his folks who it was, because his folks is real affiliated in New York, so like that's where he came from, and they moved him out of the city to get away from that type shit. So it's like when he gets back over here, this type of shit is following, but he's like, I didn't do nothing. These niggas are trying to do that, so they sent the nigga back to the city, which to me made no sense, because like, and realistically, if like. It's only but so many times without it being harassment or without somebody literally just stealing off on you because they want to do that. It's like you can't make me fight you.
Right.
You can't make somebody do anything they don't.
Yeah, that's what they was trying to do. Like they found me and was like, "What's up?" I'm like, "My nigga, I'm not.
I already won. Like,
why am I fighting for y'all,
bro?" And it's like some people, like you get those people that peak in high school and like this mean everything to them. You just look at him and say, bro, I have a future.
Yeah, I have a future.
Like, I'm not going to say you don't, but like, I know that I do.
I know I got a future.
And like, not for nothing, like me doing this with you every day is not a part of that.
I ain't gonna let you fuck my shit up.
Bro, it was over. Bro, it was over a girl too, bro.
Yeah,
it was
that's the
over.
craziest thing.
It was over his girlfriend.
Oh,
why
wait.
why
I
are you
remember
fighting
that.
me over your girlfriend?
Oh, so look, here's a sidebar about that because the
What
guy
you
that
about to say? I don't want you to tell too much information.
no, I'm not saying no names or nothing like that. So
That doesn't change.
so here's the thing.
Because I'm still cool with the girl.
Okay, but the two people that he's talking about, that the main person that wanted to fight him and stuff like that, and another guy when I transferred back into the orange school system after going to Immaculate Conception for like 2 months, they were my friends. I was friends with those guys, right? So they came to warn me in the hallway.
Like, yo, this was about to happen to you.
Yeah. They was just like, yo, I'm about to tell you right now, like we about to jump your brother. And they said that to my face. He was just like, we about to find Rashawn, we gonna fight him. I was like, bro, if you touch my brother, I'm fucking you up. I was like, I don't give a fuck if we friends or not, bro. You touch my brother, I'm fucking you up.
So that's mad. That takes a lot of balls to tell somebody that you're gonna jump their blood relative.
Like, that's crazy.
But I knew they wasn't gonna do it though. Like, I mean, I was by myself and like, bro, they bought Matt. Bro, I was like the only nigga who didn't. Well, I knew, but like, I didn't think niggas was serious. Like, niggas was dead ass. Like, it was a group of people. Like, word got around school that this was going down. So all four of them pulled up with mad people. So with them pulling up with mad people, you know, people like, yo, what's going on? Why everybody following? Like, what's about to be a fight after school?
Niggas like, shh.
And that's what
teacher's gonna find out.
and that's what brought my teammates over, because niggas was like, yo, like, what's going on? And then they found out what was going on, and niggas was like, yo, we here with you, because like,
trying to fight a nigga on the football team is insane, especially if that
that's
nigga's
so
like,
dumb,
unless he's
bro.
Unless he's a nigga that nobody likes, like.
And at the time, Rashawn was like one of the hardest working people on the team.
You're kind of gonna lose that, like, cause niggas really will ride with each other, like, just cause, and then tell coach like what happened, and coach gonna be like, all right, well, that's what happened. Niggas might have to run.
Bro, Gene looked at me. He was like, bro, like, just give me the word and I'm gonna set this shit off, cause he didn't like none of them niggas
at all.
He was like looking for a reason to like swing on them niggas, and I was
just
like,
let me know. He's like, yo.
Yeah, he was just like, yeah. And I was like, bro, like,
I'm with all the bullshit.
Like, I ain't.
And he was one of the cool cats too. Like, he was really one of the cool ones.
Yo, what is something you'll never stop doing or never stop believing in until the day you die?
I will never stop eating White Castle.
Bro, that shit almost made me fart. Like, that shit gave me, that nigga statement gave me gas.
Bro, I could hit the Mega Millions, bro. Still eat White Castle. No, niggas get rich and start shaming shit.
The Mega Millions is up to like $1.9 billion right now.
I don't like. Hold on, we gotta talk about. I don't like how Drake be on the album and he shaming like hibachi.
Not me. I'm in there. Pour that sake in my mouth.
Bro, he just be shaming regular shit.
Hot liquid in his mouth.
First of all, it's
my
not hot.
gosh.
Actually, it's not hot. Like, real good sake is not hot. That's one. Two, I actually said the wrong thing because it's rice wine that they be giving you.
Hey, when them
Put that wine in my mouth.
Nope. All right. them fucking chicken rings, you buy the fucking cheeseburger and put the chicken rings inside the cheeseburger. Cause like when you really want cheese on that burger,
so they just looking at me not. Bro, it's crazy because like White Castle, like, yo, you can't reheat that shit. The chicken rings and shit, you can't reheat it. Bro, it's not.
You're reheating White Castle?
Air fryer.
Oh, the burgers, yeah, but not the chicken rings.
Yes, you can. You throw them in the air fryer.
Yo, this is a nigga for you, bro. Air frying the chicken.
Y'all niggas ever bought a Crave case?
Yeah, but not the chicken ring, John.
You don't like the chicken rings?
You never bought a stack of chicken rings?
I don't even know what's in the crab case. What's in there?
It's like 30
30 cheeseburgers.
30 cheeseburgers.
No, I never did that dumb shit.
It's not dumb, bro.
We had a family full of 5 people. That's 6 burgers each.
Facts.
Quick maths.
6 White Castle burger. That's not enough.
It's not. It's really not.
White Castle not supposed to be a meal. It's supposed to be a snack.
Nigga, you eat that shit like it's a meal.
It's what you crave.
No, I don't.
All right, Shake.
I go to White Castle. I get 3 cheeseburgers and some chicken wings. That's a snack.
That
That
shit
ain't no meal.
$30 too.
No, it's not.
No,
That
it's
shit
not.
About, shit about lemon.
White Castle be taxing for them little ass.
Bro, our parents don't never know how to use the phone, bro. You ever ask them a question, it's like something you need, and then they respond to it with some shit that don't got nothing to do with nothing about what you really need.
We talk about White Castle. We start talking about phones. He almost lost me.
Bruh. I'm gonna ask my mom. She found the charger. She wants to send me a picture of a football jersey. Like, is this what you was looking for? I'm like, nigga, what the fuck is you talking about? I'm like, what is you talking about?
Oh my god!
Like, bruh, like, bro, like, is this what you was looking for?
Hey, yo.
Like,
No, that's hilarious.
bruh. That's what my hands in my head for like the last 2 minutes, bro. I'm like, yo, I need this charger, bro. Like, I just spent a lot of bread on this USB-C with the ass on it too, the real Apple shit too. She got me,
Shake, what was
I bought my shit and it has not left my wall.
bro.
I'm not taking it out the wall from my room because them shits go missing.
Oh yeah, they do.
Crazy.
Them shits
They do.
go missing. You could leave that shit in the same spot. If it's in a public spot. Somebody will be like, yo, I can use your charger. No, you can't use my big dick charger. No.
So what was your question again?
Yeah, what's something you'll never stop doing or stop believing in until the day you die?
Julio Jones in his prime was better than Antonio Brown.
It's a great man. It's a good thing to believe in. I agree with that. I won't debate that at all.
Because the amount of times, like even on the bus going 2 games, like the coaches and players will tell me that Antonio Brown was better than Julio Jones in his prime, and that's
They both real forgettable now, which is sad.
exactly.
Not to me.
Yeah, not to, but like,
Yeah, because some of these
You know
niggas
what
are
I'm
extraordinary. But can we really talk about how, like, well, I want to hear what Zig got to say because it's about to be some bullshit.
I'm trying to figure out.
You got something to do with white women?
I hope not.
You know what, my brother?
For me, is that women's intuition is not a real thing.
yes, it is. No,
Women's intuition is 100% a real thing.
Yeah, it
Believe
is.
it. I don't believe it's a real thing, and my reasoning is like.
I'm up in the air about that.
It's a real thing, bro.
It depends. Women's intuition when it comes to certain things is not real. Like, because, and the reason I say that is because they don't stand on when their intuition is wrong. And that's why they'd be like, see, my intuition told me. I'm like, you know how many times you went through my fucking phone and was wrong, but you didn't say nothing about it?
So it has something to do with accountability, is what you're saying.
That is true. They will like,
They'll go through your phone 100 times and will never tell you until they get something. But and then be like, see, my intuition told me. And it's like, your intuition was wrong 100 fucking times. And on 101, you want to talk about how right your intuition is?
And even then, somebody else sent it in the group chat.
That don't mean it was wrong, though. That don't mean it wasn't right.
It was wrong when it led her that time. Stand on that. Think about how many times like it may have been wrong. And I'm not saying it's always wrong. But I don't believe, because males have intuition too.
Right, but if you're talking about in the stance of you saying like you checked it 99 times and that one chance and that one time you checked it on 100,
Men's intuition tells us when you see some fuck shit, leave. When some bullshit happens, leave. Leave that shit alone. Hey, I burned myself on that. Don't touch that no more. It's not gonna be like, well, what if I did it this way, or what if this happens? Like, no, stop. Don't. No. All types of anti-words. Me personally, I look at it from a standpoint of like, okay, well, how many times does something get to be wrong before you have to reevaluate it and look at how much you trust in it? So it's like, I believe not necessarily in the intuition. I believe that people need to more believe things that are fact. Because you're talking like an intuition is a feeling. It's a feeling something is happening, but you have nothing to go off of. But you're going to let that lead you. Mm-hmm. So you're going off of like a hypothesis.
Yeah, then they try so hard to prove themselves right.
Exactly.
So they don't feel wrong.
Exactly.
I get that, but I'm on the fence about that. I don't know.
Elaborate.
It could go either way.
Why do you feel that way?
Because I've been in plenty of situations where women have told me, like, giving me advice about something, or like told me what to do and I didn't do it, and then it went exactly the way that they said it was gonna go. But me, I really, like, I'll take people's advice. Well, I'll listen to people's advice, but then I'll still end up doing what I want.
Yeah. And it's like, I take the time to figure out, it's like, all right, this is how I feel about this. Like, one thing about me is, like, I don't make decisions or react based off my initial feeling. Like, I may reach out to a friend, I may sit with it, I may bounce ideas on whatever it is. The way you initially feel isn't always the way that you feel. And I think a lot of times when you react off just that, you don't give yourself time to process, and you may miss something.
Yeah, but I think it could be a real thing, because I know plenty of times, like, I'll just be living life, and then I'll randomly get a text from my aunt, and she's like, she'll send me a message like encouraging me, and then just like putting something in the message that I'm going through, like exactly, like verbatim what I'm going through. And I don't tell her nothing. I don't tell my mom nothing, so she could be able to tell her. I don't tell Red, so she could be like, he could be able to tell. Like, she doesn't know anything, but she randomly texted my phone saying,
"Hey, just think about you. I want you to know that, like, whatever it is
like,
you're going through,
I know you're going through something, and I just hope." And I'll be like what the?
She be thinking about you a lot, bro. She be thinking about you a lot.
My mom has like real life premonitions, and my grandma and my great grandma. So like,
it's scary sometimes.
I've saved my life before, like via premonition. So like, there's no way I can say that I don't believe these things are right, because like I've literally like seen it. I've seen it with my mom like probably like 4 or 5 times already. So like, based on like fact, I have to like believe that it's true.
Yeah, like I called my aunt one time. Well, I was about to call my aunt one time, and she called me before I called her, and was like, "I felt like you were about to call me, so I picked up the phone and called you."
That happens too.
I was like, "What the fuck?"
Or like you be texting them and they be like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah. Just about to send a message, and then the message pop up. Yeah. Yep, that happens a lot.
See, what you don't know is that the little blue dots show up on the other side. So they be going texting.
No, she got an Android. JMC.
What about you, Zig? You had a lot of time thinking your nonsense. Do you think about me still? Do you not think so far?
I got the Umar taper on, so I want you to say something crazy.
That's a good fade, bro. We should keep that.
Thank you. Rashawn told me that before too.
Yeah, don't never like not get no fade no more.
So that make a nigga think like, damn, what you thought about my last 100 cuts?
Right.
Hey man, the fade works. Sometimes it ain't even that. It's just like when you see something that worked for your man, you're supposed to tell him, like, hey bro, that's your shit. Like, I had a nigga give me some sunglasses. I had tried them. I'm like, yo, I think I want to buy some of these. Niggas said, yo, I'm not gonna hold you. These yours now, because like I can't wear them like that. Them black circle shades I used to have. It was those.
This is a tough ask, but I think you recorded me.
No,
But the way he set that up was crazy. People don't want to be as polygamous as they think.
I agree.
Wow.
Yeah, I think
that shit. People not built for that.
No,
I'm not built for that.
I'm definitely not built for that.
I'm built for it a little bit.
I'm not.
Only the beneficial side, not the other side.
Not even the beneficial side.
No, but I'm saying most people only want that one side. Like you're not built for your shorty to come home and say like, hey, like, oh, you said polygamous, not polyamorous, but either way.
Well, yeah, let's say polyamorous, yeah.
Like, hey, I fucked so and so today, like, yada yada, and that just be casual conversation, like.
Yeah, I'm not.
Like, or introducing, like, your shorty introducing you to the nigga that she be fucking on the side. Like, niggas not, ready for that. Niggas is not ready for that.
Yeah, but even like me, like, I be telling my girl, I be like, you get on my nerves. So, like, Why would I
want another one.
Why would I want that? Like, if I'm on the phone with you for like 3 hours, why would I want to hang up with you and then get on the phone with another girl for another 3 hours?
Well, you don't got to do that though. It's like you got to create boundaries, create rules. Like
I don't want to do that. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
I could never do that.
I mean, but you don't have to treat like you don't treat everybody the same. Like just because you don't got to treat everybody the same. It's like certain people will be good for certain shit.
No, but it's the way I approach like relationships and women. Like I want to do things a certain way.
So every girl you are involved with, you got to be involved with like that.
If that's what they ask, but
what about what you want? Fuck what they ask. What you want?
I want to do whatever they ask. All right. So the thing about me.
Oh yeah,
bro,
you a beta?
The thing about me. The thing about me is like I don't really know what I want out of women.
What do you want from the relationships that you hold yourself? You parent your own relationships. You teach people how to treat you. How are you going to teach somebody else to treat you?
Like I don't know how to say that. I don't really know how to say this. Like I be cool with a lot of shit. So like, as long as I'm a real simple nigga. So like, as long as like I ask you something and you answer it truthfully, then I be cool. That's really like all I ask. Like if like me and my girl, we take time away from each other as far as like, cause she don't live in Jersey, so we take time away from each other. So given the circumstances, I'm cool with it. And then when we together, we just together. Like either way, I be cool. Like I don't really be like stressed that I don't really see her that often and shit like that. Like given the circumstances, I really be cool. So like. Whatever she asks me, I want her to do that. Cause like
you don't ever get tired of her.
I don't ever get tired of my girl. Yeah. Well, yeah, of course I do.
I feel like I get tired of everybody.
But that's really only because I want to play the game and she want to be on the phone, and I gotta give out call outs on Call of Duty, so I can't be on the phone. But I compromise. So like I'll set my computer up so she could be on the phone, and then I'll talk to her when niggas is having downtime or something.
I feel like it's more than that.
But I'm saying I don't want to have to. The effort I put into my relationship, I don't want to have to do that shit for a whole nother relationship. I can't I can't do that.
I think there's levels to relationships though. I feel like some people serve different purposes for relationships.
And then it's a lot of remembering, bro. I got CTE, bro. I can't remember. I can't remember all the shit she tell me, and then remember all the shit another girl.
Well, yeah, but sometimes it really don't even got to be all that. That's what I'm saying. I feel like there's levels to relationships. There's some people who you gonna treat different than other people. There's some people who you talk to on that deep type of level. And there's some people who just are good for certain activities. There's some people who might be good for sexual relations, and there's some people who you might go take a hiking trip with.
But you know what's crazy?
Then there's some people who that can all be one person. But I just like.
So my mom told me, right, and she's like, one of the things people fail at in relationship is trying to be everything for their partner. That's unrealistic. Because what you're going to do is you're going to start putting yourself in boxes that, like, trying to be to somebody's everything. You're going to put yourself in boxes that, like, A, you were never meant to be in. And also, like, you're going to set an unrealistic expectation for your partner.
Yeah, that's true.
Some people are not good with, let's say something basic. Some people are not, like Sean, right? You're not a talker. So, like you said, it's like, yo, you got to do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that. In order for it to be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna talk. But in reality, it's like, would you have an issue with your partner? It's like, yo, like you don't, like I like to have stimulating conversation. You don't give me that. Like, now you don't gotta go outside your relationship and seek that in the mail or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like that could be realistic, and holding your partner back from that just because you fear they won't respect boundaries is, you know, like it's, you know, you put people in the box. And I think having that expectation of your partner to be everything for you is detrimental to relationships. And I like, to me, it's like expecting me to be that, it puts me in a bad space. Because I'm not, like, I'm in a space right now where it's like, I don't want to sit and talk all the time. And what I don't want to sit and talk about all the time is feelings. I don't want to sit and talk about our relationship in the future and getting married and doing that. I don't want to talk about that all the time. I don't want to talk about how much we love each other all the fucking time. Like, I love you. You know that I love you. Like, you love me. I know you love me. Like, let's be like good people together. You know what the difference is between you and my other friends is? I don't fuck my other friends. And I don't hang out with them. I don't do certain things to them. I don't show them affection. But it's like to be on a for it to be a thing where like you're expected to be this everything sort of person for one person. I think it sets very, very unrealistic.
We're also basing this off the relationships that we've been in, which probably aren't the healthiest relationships, like in total.
It's only my third relationship.
Yeah, and I mean, we so young. We're like, how many of us have really met? Like, how many of us have been 100% self-sufficient ourselves to be able to be like okay with somebody who's like? 'Cause I feel like when you meet a woman who's real self-sufficient, she ain't gonna want to be on your ass all day. She's not gonna want to talk to you while you playing the game. Like, she's not gonna want you to not play the game so she can talk to you. Nah, because when she get home, she know that she gotta do her shit. She knows she might have to do some extra shit for work. She knows she might have to. She got this little business she run where she gotta do this. She got her little yoga popping. She got her friend group. So at the end of the day, you might live with your lady and only see her a couple times a week, or only see her when you come home, and then y'all got separate offices and shit like that. I feel like when you meet somebody who's real self-sufficient, you're self-sufficient yourself, you're not even looking for somebody to be everything you need, because at that point you're kind of smart enough as a human being to realize that nobody's going to be everything you need.
No, but the funny thing is, I'm sorry to cut you off for Sean, but even then, like what you're talking about in terms of a woman having her own and everything, you know what I'm saying? This is the first time I've actually so I'm in the midst of like talking to somebody right now.
I love it,
but I'm not. But here's the thing, though, I'm not taking them as serious because we're in like the friend stage. I'm not trying to rush into anything.
I feel like you shouldn't take nothing super serious until it proves itself to be that serious.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, like I said, like we're just friends at this point. Like we go out and shit. Like we went to a movie on Friday just to see a movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we was just two friends kicking it. And then, we call each other every day just to see, just to check in, see how everybody's doing and stuff like that. We'll be on the phone for maybe an hour or something like that. But there was this one time she called me, and I was playing Call of Duty with you, Mr. and Nas. And she was like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm playing the game with the guy. She was like, okay, no problem. I'll call you back in 30 minutes. I was like, what? That shocked me.
To me, that's...
But that's regular though. I feel like that's like...
But that's regular until she actually really start to like you and stop talking to all the other niggas she's kind of entertaining and just wants all of your time. Like,
I don't think no woman in her time wants all of your time.
I'm not saying it's unreal. But let's keep it real, bro. Let's keep it real. If we're really keeping it real, women want everything done on their time.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Okay, so if she call you and she want to talk to you, but you playing the game, she gonna feel some type of way about that. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying it's fact.
I mean, she might feel some type of way about it, but it's not about what she feel. It's about how she deal with what she feel.
I agree with you.
So what
I want to say, you gotta have somebody that accepts you for who you are.
That's what I'm saying. I think most people go into these relationships and they don't know who they are, and then they start becoming a certain type of person and realizing, oh nigga, that ain't even me. I hate being boxed in. So because I hate being boxed in, it make me anything that make me feel boxed in, I automatically gravitate away from that shit. Even if it's not bad for me. And I'm like, oh shit, that wasn't even bad for me, but I feel like I was boxed in. So I did something out of left field just to make myself not feel like I was in a corner. I was dealing with this young lady and she wanted to see me more times than I wanted to see her. So then it became okay, when I would see her, she'll want me to stay the night, and then in the morning and shit, she cool and she grown, she got her own shit, but she'll want to cook and stuff like that, which I didn't mind. But then there was some days where I would just wake up and I'd be like, damn, I kind of want to get the fuck up out of here. And then I would get the fuck up out of there. And then, she would feel some type of way, she would handle it like a grown woman. Like, she would deal with it fine. She would just express herself. But then I realized, it wasn't no problem with you staying for breakfast. You just know yourself and you don't like being boxed in. So you feel like by being there for longer than you plan to be there, now someone else is in control. So that made me realize to me, oh, nigga, nah, you just really like control. Like, you just really like control.
But to me, like, everybody's different. So to me, it's like, if I don't feel some type of way about it, or if it don't kill me, then I don't really give a fuck. Because like I said, like, I don't really trip on too much. I don't really give a fuck. Like, if she want to go somewhere, nigga, we gonna go. Because, like, what else would I be doing? You feel me? Like, I stay in the crib. I don't really go out. Yeah. I don't really do none of that shit. So if she be like, yo, let's get up and let's just go somewhere and do some shit, I'd be like, man, if it don't kill me, like,
nah, I feel that.
If I don't feel no way about it, because, like, what else would we be doing? I don't have an alternative other than sitting in here and watching TV. Like, I gotta keep reminding myself how young I am, and I gotta go out and have experiences and shit. And I don't really do those type of things on my own, because when I'm on my own, I'd rather just do the things that I want to do, and that's not do shit at all.
See, I think that's something we got to get out of.
Yeah, of course. So that's why whenever she suggests something, I get up. Whenever she suggests something, I get up and I just get my ass up and I go do it. Like, if I don't really feel no type of way about it, like, and if it don't kill me, bro, I really don't give a fuck. That's why I just sat here and said to y'all, like I do what she asked me to. Because, like, if I don't have an alternative, if I don't have a logical alternative, and I don't have a logical reason for me not to do it, then I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
Because, like, me, I'm not really the type of nigga to talk. Of course, I'm on this podcast and I'm talking amongst my niggas, but it don't feel like I'm talking publicly. Yeah. Right. I'm just talking to y'all. So when it's just me and her, like, I told y'all the joke last week, like, she'll pull up on me with weed because when I smoke, I talk a lot. Yeah. And if I don't smoke, I won't say nothing.
So then she'll be like, all right, so to get you to talk, I'm finna get you high.
Yeah. And I don't mind that, because if that's smoking not gonna kill me, smoking make me feel good, I'm gonna smoke anyway. Yeah. So she just provide. She provided.
She providing a vibe.
Yeah. So
she providing a wave.
So I don't, like I said, like I don't. So I do whatever she asks. Like, if she want me to talk to her, like, talking is not gonna kill me. Like, talking to my girl is not gonna kill me.
Nah, so I mean, it shouldn't. Like,
fucking do this shit, and it's basic shit. It's not like she asking me to be Superman. She just asking me to sit there and talk about the movie with her.
Yeah, I mean, talking. I guess it also depends on, like, who you are. Like, talking shouldn't be. I mean, talking to your lady shouldn't feel like a task. But I guess I've been with enough women to where I realize, like, not even seriously, but just some light shit. Because there's women who I love, who I know I'll never be in a serious relationship with. Who I love, though. Who I love, and they love me. And, like, right now, I can call and be like, I need $200. What? Yeah. But, yeah, it's like, I ain't, yeah. But I know, like, okay, like, we would never ever be in a relationship ever in life. But I know I love you. Like, I know we got a certain connection, whatever the case is. And that's why when I speak on, like, the polyamorous shit, it's like, I feel like I could be in a relationship with one person, but still have other people who take up certain parts of shit I do. Like, maybe not completely, like, sexual and shit like that, but on some, all right, I kind of feel like I've yet to meet a woman that made me not want to meet another woman. But it don't mean that
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
I mean, I think there gets to a point where it could happen to where you could be like, where you meet somebody and then you choose to not meet other people because you say, all right, it's best for me to put all my energy into this.
What do you mean, like, meet somebody else, like, pursue somebody else?
No,
I've just like know a new woman.
I've never met a woman. I mean, this sounds like, you know, like a little fucked up, but because I only ever explored, like, a real relationship one time, and while we were together, it was great. But I feel like I haven't experienced enough to where I can turn down experiences. Like, if I go somewhere,
yeah, I understand. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, like if I go somewhere I won't be like, you know what? I'm not going to not do this because I got something here. Because it's going to be like, well, yeah, that's there and that's valuable, but this is a whole new experience that could bring me a whole nother perspective or whatever the case is on life. And I might value that shit at that point. Hopefully, there comes a day where I don't value those new experiences as much. That's what I think is a goal. Because I would never like, I'm almost in fear of living and then at the end of it being like, damn, I turned down certain shit that could have just made my life a little more.
But people get into relationships and do that type of stuff. So then at that point, like, how many people do you have to hurt in order to get there? Because I'm not saying you, because you said you've only pursued like really pursued one relationship. But I'm saying people in general, they will get into relationships with people and still want these experiences and take those experiences, and it's hurting the person that they with. So at what point? At what point do you stop? Like,
but even then, like, say even in that situation, most people that are in that situation do not care.
No, I think so. I think people care. They just hope they don't get caught.
Yeah.
Like, I think people need to just be honest with themselves first, and then when you're honest with yourself, you can be honest with somebody who care about you. Because when you teach people how to treat you a certain way, like when you teach people how to treat you, they will treat you that way. Mm-hmm. Like there's women who I've met who like me a lot, but know that they can't talk to me that often because they's like, yeah, this nigga might be making music, or he might be shooting a pod, or he might be with his daughter, or he might be at work, or he might be doing this or doing that. So okay, I can talk to him, but like I might text him at 11 o'clock and he don't get back till 9 o'clock. That don't mean I wasn't free between 11 and 9. It just means that I'm the type of nigga where I'm not going to talk to you if I can't hold a full conversation with you. So,
but even then, it also shows that they're respecting your space enough to.
That's a valid thing.
I mean, it shows that they're respecting your space. But when you teach people how to treat you,
but
they have no choice but to treat you.
But like, I'm saying all that is cool until she become your girlfriend.
Not necessarily though. Like it depends on
we could sit here and act like that would be the cool thing, but that's not realistic, bro.
I mean,
these women we talking about, my nigga.
Of course.
These not niggas we talking about. These women, even niggas is like that too. Like niggas will act a certain way, niggas will be a certain way, niggas until she let them know like you the only nigga I'm dealing with. Now is you can't wear that. You can't wear that. You feel me? You can't post that.
I've never even like.
I'm not saying you. What I'm saying. I'm
saying
niggas like.
Well, then I feel like it's also a lot of motherfuckers out here who just be doing like dumb shit. Not dumb shit, but just they don't even look at things the right way.
Yeah, I ain't talking about like I'm talking about what's realistic, bro. Like all that shit be cool. Like you and a girl be talking, and then she'll call you, and they'll be like, "Yo, I'm in the game. I'll call you back." And then she'll be like, "All right, cool." But all that shit is cool until she become your girlfriend. Then it's always on the game. Always on the game. Say she was gonna call me back. You don't never want to do nothing. Like,
see me, I'm
all that should be cool until she your girlfriend, bro.
But I'm selective with my words.
But if you teach somebody that you gonna be a certain way, it's either they gonna deal with it or not.
Zig, I understand.
Set your own boundaries.
I get all that.
Yeah, but they gonna want you to.
In a perfect world, you niggas are correct. I'm talking about realistic women.
But then if you know you need that certain type of shit and she not giving you what you need, then why? Like if I had a lady who was annoying me about the things I was doing because I wasn't doing them with her.
And by the way, this is not. I'm talking about.
Oh, no,
I'm not talking about
you. No, we ain't talking about you. I'm just saying, like, I feel like, don't get me wrong, you have to compromise. There's always a compromise. So I can't not hit my lady back for 10 hours and then expect her to be okay with it because I'm a happy-go-lucky nigga doing whatever. Like, nah. But at the end of the day, the only reason you feel like you have this much access to me is because we got a phone. Like,
yo,
agreed. Yes.
That's what it is.
Yo, my least favorite phrase is, I see you on your phone all the time. I know that you have your phone. And my response to that is always, so what?
That's a fact. because I
that does not give you access to me just because. Like, and cell phones have fucked up communication. Like, communication was bad with humans before, but it's fucking terrible now. Because knowing, like, taking your phone out and being able to know where your partner is, unrealistic. Like, you could have told your girl, like, yeah, I'm about to run to the store. And when you ran to the store, you might have stopped at and just running to the store, you might have stopped at the homie crib, see what's up, bro, talk to him for like 20, 30 minutes, or you might have seen somebody you know stop there. But now it's like, yo, so what took you so long? And it's like, what? Like, why are you asking me that?
Yeah, like I was living my...
And it's like, well, like, the store is like X amount of minutes away and this, that, and the third. And it's like, why are you asking me that? Like, that's my response. That's my immediate response.
It's like, what are you, like the girl, like I was telling you a couple months ago when she was wanting to order pizza and shit like that. She was like, yo, if I treat you, can you go pick it up? And I was like, yeah. So I went to go pick the pizza up, and then like 30 minutes in, she called me like, yo, like, is everything okay? Boom, boom, boom. Which is okay. She was being thoughtful, and because the spot is 5 minutes away.
Where it's at.
And I was like, yeah, everything fine. She was like, oh yeah, because you know, like you taking it a little long. Oh well, yeah, I decided to roll something up while I was waiting for the pizza. She's like, oh well, like, you know, I wanted to smoke, and I'm like, well,
that don't mean we not gonna smoke.
That didn't mean we not gonna smoke. It just mean that I wanted to smoke while I was running the errand. And she's like, oh, well, all right, cool. Well, you know, like, I'm hungry. I'm like, I'm hungry too, but the pizza not done yet. But the only reason we even having this conversation is because we have phones. So like, you decided to call me because you expected me to be back within a certain time frame, which I understand. But if you didn't have a phone, you would have no choice but to fucking deal with it. Like, and
not even so much deal with it, but to have, like, phones eliminate peace of mind.
Yeah.
Because people feel like I can take this object and I can bring myself that peace of mind. I don't have to just have, like, getting the answers, like the access to information and what these things provides. Because we already have cyborg when you really think about it.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Like, not even to get no like deep third eye type shit, but like, we really like, can you function your whole, like, could you function for a month without your phone? No. Like, bro, I lost my wallet. My car got towed. My impound. My wallet was in the car. All my important documents was in the car. You know how I survived? This.
Apple Pay.
Yeah.
Apple Pay. I get my direct deposit. I do this all my money. I didn't need $1 or a cent. I didn't need no ID because somebody's car can just read my identification. I got a single social security number that can be typed in and I can access whatever I want because I got a picture of my ID and I can type these numbers in it, like, just because of the phone. But the downside to that is people feel as though it's like it gives them the right to be able to text and call you whenever you want. It's like, yo, were you ignoring me? Yes. And it's not because I was literally ignoring you. It's just like, I didn't want to talk. And it's not I didn't want to talk to you.
I wasn't in a space to talk. Like, cause I tell people, like, if I can't engage in your actual conversation, I'm not gonna reply.
And it's not even so much that, like, whether I can, it's whether I want to. And it's like, if you told, and then people may respond to you with, well, like, I wouldn't do this to you. If you wanted to talk to me, I'm gonna do it. And I'm like, that's fine. I don't hold that against you the way you holding me not wanting to talk against me.
But even then, like, say you do respond, right? Would you rather me not respond or we have this conversation like, hello, hi, what are you doing? Nothing.
I like the thing I fuck with and I use a lot on text message is voice notes. I like the voice notes thing because, for one, text messaging has become so robotic and we have so many like LOL. Niggas don't even be laughing when they say LOL.
Or even LMAO.
Niggas don't be laughing their ass off in all caps like they be doing that. Shit be funny, but niggas be like, haha.
Right.
That's the big, like, niggas don't really be rolling. Niggas don't be crying, like, in all caps. It don't be none of that. It just be like, damn, that shit was mad funny. But words that we type out, LMAO has eliminated that part of that.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like we using letters for emotion. When it's like sometimes you ever send a voice note?
Nah, but you know how people do that, right? Because like
to give off nuances of conversation.
Yeah, because and that's why like a lot of text conversations turn into arguments because like I could be mad as fuck. And then you send me a message. I could be mad and you could be happy laughing. And then you'll send me a message and I'll read it with with my mad emotion.
Because it's open for interpretation.
Yeah, so I can interpret, like I could use my feeling, read it, and then my brain would be like, oh, he trying to disrespect me, like he think this shit funny.
And now it's
just because I'm already
already living that way. That's how you already feeling. And now it's like, like somebody could have said something. It's like,
it's like, what you mean by
so
that?
you think I'm a joke? And it's like, nah, bro. Like something funny happened. So like that's what it was. It's like, nah, I think niggas playing with me. So I use the voice note because with the voice notes, you can like, you hear somebody's inflection, you hear their tone of voice. Like it brings back a subtleness of that human interaction that you don't get. And it's so crazy that it's like because of the way these things are and how like people don't necessarily know how to communicate without them, that I feel that those things are so much more necessary than anything else. Like I'll send a 3-minute voice note and niggas be like, yeah, I'm not listening to that. And I'm like, well, that's fine. You don't have to. But you know what? Like it was a lot easier for me to say those words. I think about how many words you say on a daily basis just in this conversation and think about how big that paragraph really would be.
Right.
And it would look crazy just showing up on somebody's phone. It's like, damn, nigga wrote a whole paragraph.
Or
I
even
was good for that in the Twitter group chat. I was good for sending niggas a video. Because it's like, bro, like whatever I'm about to say, it's too elaborate for me to just write it out. I don't want you to try to interpret where I may have like took a pause here or laughed here, because that requires niggas to like use punctuation perfectly, and niggas don't really know how punctuation work as adults as is. So it's just like,
them typos be a thing. You typing too fast.
Autocorrect. Think about how many words you don't know how to spell, but you know how to spell because of autocorrect.
Yep.
True.
It's a lot of words that niggas be like, it sound like this. I'm gonna just type this shit in and oh, there it is.
Bro, I had to teach myself how to spell guarantee by making it sound weird.
Yeah.
I still don't know how to spell restaurant. Like if I write the shit down, I'd be struggling, bro. I don't know where the U goes.
In between the T, it's rest,
A-U-R.
T-A-U-R, yeah.
Restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah,
But the or, it's like aura.
Like the way I say guarantee, guaranti,
Yeah.
I gotta make it sound Hispanic.
I only know.
Shout out to
I only know how to spell guarantee because that's what we used to say in high school. That was like the like when niggas, you know how niggas say dead ass now in high school. We said guaranteed.
Oh, facts,
yeah.
We definitely said guaranteed.
You know a phrase I missed from high school?
Hall bit.
Hall bit.
What?
Nah, yo, this nigga
basically like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that was that. Like, we tell niggas haul ass.
It's like Hall ass bit.
Yo, I miss what's the verdict?
Oh man, I had a minute.
What's the verdict?
What's the
The
verdict?
fuck is that?
Word.
What's the verdict?
So
nigga?
it's like, yo, what? It's like, all right. So what niggas doing?
What's the verdict? Like,
Well, that's the equivalent of saying, what's the wave, I guess.
Nah, it didn't even.
not necessarily, like a little bit, but like not even. It's like
It could be like niggas be like,
we waiting to
niggas
see.
about to fight, or we about to bust this move.
We about to start the pod. We about
Yeah.
to do like what's the verdict? Like, all right, what's the verdict? Like,
Man,
yeah.
I ain't never heard that before.
I'm trying to remember what other shit we used to say in school. But we definitely used to say guaranteed, and then somebody be like, "We're guaranteed."
what was y'all word for like? I know some people used to say cutting ass. Some people like where we from, we said hiking. Well, what's y'all word for like? Some people say
like
cracking on
roasting,
people.
niggas be like, "I'm about to give you the bars."
We was you know what niggas? I'm about to give you some bars.
Or I'm on you now.
Niggas used to
Bro, I'm
say
about
in
to
high
give you
school,
the
I'm about
bars,
to throw,
nigga.
I'm about to throw a stack of shit. It's like, oh, you throwing stacks? Yo. I don't know where the old niggas got hiking from.
Or taking shorts. That was another one.
Yo,
Taking
I'm
shorts.
not taking no shorts.
taking no
I don't
shorts.
take no shorts.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because like
Niggas get
Or you
in
don't want no
trouble for not taking
sauce?
shorts.
You don't want no sauce?
Yo, literally, a nigga you could gas a nigga up like, bro, you gonna take that
You
short.
gonna take that short? Whoa,
Mind you, nobody really deals drugs. So like that's where it really comes from.
Right.
But it's like niggas is like, are you taking that short? Yeah. Yo, this nigga takes shorts. Now everybody gassing it up. Now you gotta choose between getting your ass whooped at home and being somebody's ass at school.
No, I remember the first day I heard somebody sing "Suck My Dick." When niggas used to be like, "Suck my dick." I remember the first time I heard somebody say that. I'm like, this nigga is genius.
That's crazy.
Bro, niggas used to really sing that shit in school. Like, suck my dick.
Nah, niggas took Gucci Mane's Burr to a whole nother level in high school, bro. Like, if you didn't want to hear what a nigga was saying, all you had to say was Burr.
Yo, what?
Oh, what's the other shit niggas used to say? Damn, I forgot.
All that, bitch.
What was the context?
Like when you cutting somebody off.
Yeah, Nick. That shit?
Yeah, that shit.
What?
So if you jump off somebody and say I ask you a question, and I'd be like, bro, how the Falcons do yesterday? Yeah, nigga, yeah, nigga, yeah, nigga. And then you just turn around.
You basically just said, yeah, nigga, yeah.
And then before he answer, make him feel stupid.
Y'all remember, oh, I. Niggas used to just say, oh, I, mad loud. Y'all did that in high school?
We didn't really do that.
No. Do you remember when niggas used to say, oh, and niggas like, oh.
Oh, motherfucker.
Or niggas like, oh. It like you said, if I tell you a whole story, like, about my life and shit, like, some shit I'm feeling some real type of way, and at the end, you just be like, oh. Like,
that's fucked up.
That's so fucked up.
Niggas like, oh.
Yeah, oh, motherfucker.
It's like, oh. It's like,
but that nigga shit, you really used to have niggas tight, bro. Cause like you could really be having a dead ass conversation and niggas be like, yeah, nigga.
That shit happened one time. We was walking home from football practice.
No.
We was walking home from football practice that one time.
Like, no.
And niggas just like, yo, Rez, like we see that you started DJing and shit. Like, why don't you start doing that for real? And then I was about to start describing myself. And he was like, yeah, nigga, yeah.
But that shit's so fucking.
Dicking him.
We are not
All right. We are not from Philly, bro.
Yo.
Bro, and niggas used to say that shit like 16 times in a row without stopping, like not fucking up. Like you heard I was trying to say it and was fucking it up. Nah,
Yeah, nigga, yeah, nigga, yeah, nigga, yeah, nigga.
But it wasn't like that. It was like, yeah, nigga.
Like just kept going. Yeah.
Yeah, nah, I'd be sick.
The bullshit we used to do.
Bro, being a kid is a wonderful thing. I understand why niggas say, like, don't grow up too fast. Like,
I still don't want my daughter in public school, though. Fuck these badass kids.
I'm not sending, y'all sending y'all kids to public school?
Yes.
I'm not.
Absolutely.
I'm not. Why are you doing that?
I'm already paying taxes.
That sound good, but just wait till you have kids and then like your little son, your little daughter run around here and they see the most precious thing in the fucking world and they turn them out 2, they start having play dates and shit, and then you at a bouncy house and then you see another badass kid trying to make it while your kid's sitting down. Another
They just,
badass
like, walk over your child and step on their face.
Or like try to jump next to your kid so your kid could fly in the air and shit like that. Nah. And I just think about all the fucked up shit that niggas was doing in public school. I mean, niggas do fucked up shit in private school too. But
They do coke in private school.
yeah, but I don't know, man. I think
feel
that's
like if my child is anything like
niggas pissed in my shoes in elementary school. Like, that could happen anywhere, but I'm saying like that's less likely to happen at private school.
For me,
if my child is anything like me, he gonna be all right. Like,
nah, they gonna be all right, but I just don't want my kid to go through certain shit. I just don't. These kids be bad and they'll have no fucking home training.
Why do you pay? We spend, as parents, and it's like it's crazy because we got a different perspective right now. But it's like for me, it's like I'm already investing in their education at some point because I got to pay for them to go to daycare, right? And I've seen the immediate effect on TJ just from going to daycare.
These other kids will teach you more than fucking.
but y'all seen both sides, right? I haven't.
You've only seen the public school side?
I've only been to public school.
I've gone to public school and I've gone to private school and I've gone to charter school. So I've gone to every type of school you can possibly go to besides
except military school.
Yeah, no, I'm good off that.
I went to public school, private school, military school. I went to some other bullshit too. I don't remember.
But like my biggest thing is like invest in education early. So it's like if you look at it as a financial investment and investing in your child, private school is not even, for me, it's just another expense. For me, I look at it from a standpoint. It's like, all right, cool. So one, I started thinking about classroom sizes.
Yep.
And it's
smaller
like,
classrooms.
How many kids is in this classroom? All right, cool. How much attention is my kid going to get? If my kid is stronger than these other kids, he's not going to get as much attention because they got to focus on the other kids. They're going to be like, well, so-and-so can learn on their own, which means now my kid has to be stagnant because it is. In private school, it's smaller classrooms. They also have a more of like a free thinking, quote unquote, type learning.
And the curriculum is set up way more advantageous for the kids generally. If you go like when you got, don't get me, you still got to pick the right private school though, like because you can pick some bullshit, but like the curriculum is set up a little different to where it's like, okay, like it's not the outdated social studies, math, science, English, because that shit was created early 1900s. That shit is created to just keep everybody in the same box.
Pass you through the system.
Because and think about all this shit that you learn obedience from being in school. You learn how to stand in the line. You learn how to raise your hand to talk, raise your hand to use the bathroom.
The public school to prison pipeline exists,
and it's like certain things where like I would much rather my child, like my daughter, be in like a performing arts type of school where she get just as much time in social studies, math, English, and all that as she do in dance, as she do in the arts and
sports
and all those type of things. Because in public school, it's more or less like that's the generic taxpayers' money. That's like the minimum of what you're gonna get as a general. When you invest in private school, there's way higher of a chance that your child is now going to be exposed to different areas of their brain because of like,
and on a more consistent basis.
on an everyday basis. Like they can get introduced like to themselves. Like I went to elementary school, private school for my first,
and it creates
like third grade, and I was winning spelling bees and shit. I was doing mad shit that I didn't even realize that was only in that school. Then I moved out here, and I still went to if you in the right town, or public school could still be like, you know,
it could still be that.
Yeah, you could still because I think we had a decent school system. Union,
absolutely,
like,
Union
had a decent school system.
Union is a good school system. I grew up in South Brunswick school system, but it's the act, and it's like South Brunswick in comparison to school system, like the whole district is blue ribbon. Every school is a blue ribbon school. So it's like, but like think about the taxes they pay to live in South Brunswick. So it's like it kind of goes along with what he's saying. It's like they might get a certain type of education because they paying more, which means they can pay the teachers more, they can invest more, et cetera, et cetera. But like with a private school, they're not like, I want to say you get what you pay for. Like I took Latin in 7th grade just because it was a language option. Like, and it was like, oh, all right, this teaches you derivatives, and the derivatives are good for your SATs, and then it's like, all right, it helps you with identifying words, and then like Latin's a dead language supposedly, but it's like it's so useful. And when it comes to any language, and then it's also like, all right, the accent. Like for me, it's what your it's what they're subjected to.
Yeah,
and then the amount of time, like these people, like after school, like a teacher staying after school to help and not keep kids in detention, like.
That's happening way more in private school than it is in public.
Absolutely.
School.
It's
I used to live in
detention.
detention. Huh? I used to live in detention.
But see, even now, when we go back to this, like I mean, for y'all who know Mr. Harrell, when he was principal at Union, he ended up being principal. You know what he replaced Saturday detention with? With fucking, they had to go in there and read 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. So that's what they would do for those 2 hours of Saturday detention. To the point where kids started like wanting to be there every Saturday. So think about how big of a and other teachers was mad. Like teachers and the other principals in the district was mad. Then instead of him enforcing detention, it would be, okay, well, if you got in trouble, now you have to be here for these 2 hours, 9 to 11 on Saturday, and we would be now showing you. So
now think about that though.
The district would rather you sit, and I'm talking about we was doing nothing, and I was in Saturday detention all the fucking
out.
time.
If you speak, you get kicked out. Now you gotta run it back,
and you just sitting there for 2 hours. You throwing pencils, you throwing paper balls, you doing all that shit for 2 hours doing nothing. Doing your homework, which is all right, cool, whatever, but you're doing it only because you have nothing else to fucking do.
And they don't let you do nothing else.
Or you could sit there, you can learn, or you could sit there and the kids who are getting in trouble can learn real life lessons to help them not. It's like rehabilitation. It's like going to prison and actually not going back.
And what did I say? The public school to prison pipeline is a lot more real than what people think. They would much rather you go to not go to jail, but go to detention and not learn anything from that, which is going to keep you in the same spot. You're going to be around the same people who were doing the same things to get them there, and there's no corrective action. This is your punishment. You were put on you acted out. You received a pink slip. Somebody gave you somebody gave you your judgment, and you went to where you're supposed to go. And it just teaches you to accept that from society.
The impact of that is so crazy though, because
it teaches you to accept that.
Yeah, and I'm starting to think now, like, yo, when my daughter do some bullshit, how am I going to like quote unquote penalize her? And I'm like, well, I want my daughter to I wouldn't even like to say the word fear. Like, I want my daughter to respect me enough to listen to the things that I tell her and the things that I show her, but also know that she can, in a way, she can kind of combat me if she needs to, if she feel like she has an opinion, but to still understand that what I'm telling her does take rule, but I will still open the floodlines for you to have to speak your voice. For you to have a dialogue, depending on like, but that's gonna come with some bad too though. Cause there's gonna be, she gonna question certain things. So I'm like, yo, like when you wake up, the first thing you should do is you should brush your teeth. Oh, well, if I know I'm gonna eat and my teeth's gonna get dirty again, why don't I just brush it after I eat? Well, did you brush your teeth last night? No. So then you building up the plaque from last night. But yeah, but I'm gonna eat anyway. And it's like, okay, well, you don't get your daughter.
And then you be like, you know, I ain't arguing with no kid.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
I'm not arguing with nobody that shit on themselves and can't wipe their own ass. But at the same scenario, it's like, yo, like that's reality. Like, and you have to find that balance of, it's like, all right, like what I want, like, it's like, do I want my kid to be subject to detention? No, I don't believe it's not. Like, yo, my kid go to detention, you might as well send him home.
Would you rather your kids sit in class and piss on themselves because somebody else was in the bathroom? Or would you rather a kid raise their hand to ask to go to the bathroom, the teacher say no, and they say fuck out of here, and they walk out and go to the bathroom?
Walk out. Walk out because I need to, and then whatever comes with that, I'll be right there because I need to understand why you told my child you couldn't go to the bathroom, and I'm gonna have enough trust in my child to know you need to tell. Yo, what's all right? So was the bell about to ring?
Because somebody else was in the bathroom.
What is that? It's 7 stalls. It's a public school.
Oh, my rule is I only allow one kid to the bathroom. Why are you trying to police kids' bladder for? I mean, don't get me wrong, though. It's a lot of these kids go in the hallway and never come back. But how can you control that? You can't control that.
No, because there was this one time. I'm sorry to cut you off.
I mean, there's mad times where kids do mad shit. You got 3 kids out of class at the same time. They linking up. They fucking in the stairwell.
Very true. But I was about to go back to elementary school. There was this girl that I had in my class. Her name is Darlene.
It's finna get nasty.
And no, not at all. We had a substitute teacher, right? And she suffers from a bladder problem. Okay, so she asked us if she can go to the bathroom. Meanwhile, she been cutting up in class all day. Right,
farting all crazy.
No, like acting bad. Yeah, acting bad in class. So she asked a sub like, "Yo, can I go to the bathroom?" She was like, "No, you can't go to the bathroom," because I guess now the sub's feelings is hurt. You feel me? So now like she's just like everybody's like fending for her like, "Yo, she actually has like a bladder problem. Like you have to let her go to the bathroom." Mm-hmm. She was like, "No, she's not going to the bathroom. I don't care what you got to say." And then one of the lunch aides had to come into the class and was just like, "What's going on? This class is too rowdy." And we was just like, yo, like the sub won't let Darlene go to the bathroom, And then the lunch aide had to take Darlene to the bathroom. Little did we know the next day when she came in, she didn't come to school because she had a bladder infection.
I was just about to say she probably had a UTI or some shit like that. And now she got a UTI because you won't let the girl with the bladder problem go to the bathroom.
And guess what? That same sub that was our sub that last day was our sub again that same day.
I don't agree with asking permission to go to the bathroom.
I don't agree with that either.
I believe that it's like, hey, I'm going to the bathroom, and I believe that like it's there. Like I think that they don't provide enough opportunities for there to be trust. You know, a lot of systems just like
it's also hard to just trust some kids.
Hold on. But wait, just like the criminal justice system, even though it's supposed to be you innocent until proven guilty, it's the opposite with kids. You treat everybody like the kid. The teachers treat kids like the last ones they experience, or they go off that. And it's like you don't treat them based on an individual basis. So it's like, oh, because the whole class acting up, now I can't go to the bathroom. You're bugging. You're dead ass bugging. And now because this person cut class, so now you don't let nobody go to the bathroom in the first 15 minutes or the last 15 minutes, and it's a 45-minute class.
And you're in public school, so it's 40 kids in that class.
So now it's like I got to be the first. I got to look at the clock and be like, I got to go to the bathroom. I had to go when I first got here. Yeah. They locked the bathrooms in between classes so niggas can't wild out. Yeah. So in the time where I could go to the bathroom, I can't. And also I got to rush to my classes because guess what? If I'm not in the class between before the bell ring, guess what? Now I got detention, or I got niggas like, oh, you got to pass now. All right, well, you got to see me after class. All this extra shit simply because you weren't on somebody else's time because your bladder said, yo, you need to relieve, or I'm gonna relieve.
And that's part of the reason I don't think I can have a whole bunch of kids. Cause this shit is
It's too late for me.
This shit is too. It's too emotional of an experience to me. Like I looked at my daughter the other day. I was driving home. I was holding her hand while I was driving home. Nigga, I started crying. I was like, I can't have 3 more, you motherfuckers. I was like, hell no, hell fucking no, because this shit is a lot, boy. Like she had a play date the other day with her mother's friend's child and shit. And I was like, you want more of these? Like, you want more? Like, this other girl ain't want to share with my daughter and shit. And I'm sitting there looking like,
hey, you better share
like
that
y'all call
shit.
you a, you know what I mean? You better share that. You better, I don't know you from a hole in the wall. I'm in there for 2 minutes telling you that you can't do shit. I'm like, hey, don't do that.
Yo, I will slap the shit out somebody else's child over my child.
I'll parent the shit out of a nigga child. Like,
Yo, what? You ever seen the video? It was a video. I don't know. We might have talked about it on here one time, where it was like, I'm not sure. I don't know where it was at, but it was like somebody was bullying somebody else's child. So the mom went, and I guess it had been an issue. So she beat the mom up in front of her child, and was just like, I want you to think about this every time you bully my child, because every time my child come home and something like this happen, this was gonna happen.
That's crazy.
Imagine showing somebody that their parents can't like save them.
Protect them.
But that's crazy.
Your parents can't save you.
Bro, that's crazy.
That's ridiculous. That's like the worst feeling too.
Bro,
the worst feeling.
That is really insane. Like for your folks, like I don't know what I would do if I didn't know my dad could beat niggas up. Like where you could literally, like where my pops could be like, but that's just not going. Like it's not what that is. That's my son, so he good with whatever. Like having your parents support mean a lot with a lot of shit. Like think about that.
That's like the number one thing.
Like I know somebody who like literally, well, they weren't a bad kid, but whatever they did in school, that's what came with that. And they, as soon as they got to the office, it would just be like, all right, well, so I'm not talking to nobody. Call my mom. Until my mom on the phone, I'm not talking.
That nigga was ahead of his years.
It was a she.
She was ahead of her years.
Yeah.
That's
it
my
was
dog.
like, yo, I'm not. If my mom not on the phone, yo, call my mom. Call her up. Because teachers lie.
They
Teachers be
definitely
lying on
do.
kids.
That's a fact.
Mr. Harrell cursed out some teachers for me when I was in middle school, and I didn't know until I got older. I was like, yo. He was like, yo, I did this to Miss Walter and Miss Banks. And I was like, that's why the fuck they just, middle of the year, they start treating me like I was a regular kid. I was like, first half of the year, they was treating me like I was some fucking demon. He was like, yeah, I cursed both them bitches out. And he said it just like, I cursed both of them out. Cause cause I spied on them. I spied on each one of them at different points throughout the year. And I figured out what they was doing and how they was maneuvering with you. And it wasn't fair. So like I brought them in my office and I made it seem like it was gonna be a good, nice meeting. I had some wine and I tore them bitches off. And I was like, ooh, I was like, nigga, that's so gangster. Nigga. I was like, that's why they started treating me like I was a real person after February.
And just think about that. Think about how many kids who don't have somebody to do that for them. How many kid, like it's the kid in class that like the teacher just may not like. Like we gotta stop acting like teachers like every kid. They don't. Like Lenny be telling me. I ain't gonna say he don't like some of the kids, but at the same time, it's just like, yo, they be doing this, they be doing that. 'Cause that's reality.
Yeah, I forgot Lenny be teaching.
Bro, high school is that.
I couldn't.
We're not gonna act like.
Yeah, bro, you teach at Westside.
But even then, as a teacher right now, bro, like teachers can't say that they don't have favorites, bro. Because I have favorites.
Nigga, parents got favorites.
Niggas be lying.
Parents got favorites.
Parents definitely do got favorites.
Lying with their mouth. Lying.
I couldn't be no teacher. And I'm from the Caribbean, so I don't know if y'all know. In the Caribbean, they could still beat the
Yo,
yeah,
all right, cool.
Y'all
Because
know
we about to close this shit. We about to close this shit. But when I was in fucking Hershey, my roommate was this nigga. It was this nigga named Junior. Now it was all these Jamaican niggas came over from overseas.
Junior.
Yo, Junior was probably Sean height, real thin. I'm talking about like as thin as this mic stand type shit. But he was mad cockeyed. But when he spoke, all them Jamaican niggas listened. So I come to find out that Junior was a teacher back home. And like when he taught, like you could tell, like, yo, this nigga is dead.
And back
ass.
home when you were a teacher, that's how
It's very different from me. It's very, very high respect for teachers. So he's like, yo, sometimes, he said, the way them people them talk,
Yep.
yo, me back home, yo.
And I didn't even do it at all. I ain't even
Yo, that's the Caribbean team suck.
I can't even do that shit no more. That's crazy. Like,
yo, yo. He said he would literally just beat the shit out. It's like, yo, what you talking in class? All that, yo.
They'll beat you.
Right in the class, bro.
With a belt. They take their belt off.
Beat your ass in the class.
Did
bro.
y'all know that? Y'all know
And then call your folks before you get home.
Yeah.
Like, yo, this what happened. I had to beat so and so. Your parents support it, and they beating your ass too.
Yeah, they beating your ass too. They might beat your ass on lunch break because that was that back then. You could well, not back, but back home. Lunch break, you go home.
Yeah,
like, you walk home and shit, and maybe one of your mom might be home or something. You getting your ass beaten lunch break.
Ain't going back to school, and you footing that.
Yeah,
you know, and niggas footing that.
Yeah.
Yo, y'all parents ever beat y'all in school?
Nah.
Yes.
Y'all never got.
I did.
Y'all got
No.
My parents.
So here's the thing. It wasn't.
They used to be teachers though, so like I think
They knew what it
Bro.
was.
Yeah, they didn't like that whole beating kids shit because they ain't never beat nobody else's kids. So like I can count on one hand.
Nah, my shit.
I
No.
probably should've got beat more.
There was one time I was in second grade before we even moved to Orange. My father like really came to the school and like embarrassed me in front of my entire class. It got so bad to the point where my classmates made fun of me for it happening.
He was whooping you in front of the kids.
So basically, I'll tell you what happened. I'm not going to tell you like the extent of how it went, but like,
Nah, niggas, safe space. You got your ass whooped.
so basically, what happened is that in second grade, I just wasn't doing homework. Right, I missed like two homework assignments. Right, and then it was just I missed 2 homework assignments. Right, but I made them up. And then there was a third homework assignment that like was incredibly important. I did the homework assignment the night before. Right, I left it in my dad's car as he was dropping us off from at school. So then I'm thinking I lost.
Little kids, we was always leaving our homework home. How we leave our
So-
homework
Our most important
So-
valuables.
So we get into school. I'm thinking I lost the notebook, right? So I'm trying to find a reason like why I don't have my notebook. My teacher, Miss Estevez, shout out Miss Estevez. She was like,
This was the 90s,
no, it wasn't, bro.
2000s. I'm sorry.
She was just like, Reginald, like, where's your homework? She was like, Reginald, where's your homework at? And I was just like, I left my notebook at home, or it's in my desk. And she was just like, well, you need to go get it from your desk. And I looked at my desk. It wasn't in. I was like, it's not in my desk. She told my grandmother, because my grandmother worked at the school as a security guard. So then my grandmother came up to the class and she was just like, where's your notebook? And I was just like, it's in my desk. She was like, go get it. So I went to my desk. It wasn't there. She called my pops without me knowing. My dad opens the door and says, come here. He was like, where's your book at? And I was like, what book? And he punched me in my face and was like, where's your book?
In second grade?
In second grade, bro. So then he was like, it's not in there. And then like he started embarrassing me in front of the class. He pushed me, like full on pushed me into like a bunch of desks. And all the desks pushed over. And
I'm traumatic experience for you.
Yeah, like it really, like I remember it
My bad,
like detail for detail. You know what I'm saying? And like for like 2 weeks, my classmates made fun of me for it the entire time.
Yeah, my pops was the
It would have been even worse if your parents, if your classmates didn't make fun of you, because then that's like, damn, this nigga really got.
Bro, you know
like,
what?
Yo, Reg, you okay?
You know what the funny thing is? You know what made it worse though? It got so bad to the point where Miss Estevez had to push my dad out the room. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, bro. Like my pops was the.
See,
I'm sorry, I had to go through that for real. My pops was the. Like my dad was the uncle, dad, whenever niggas was acting up in school, niggas just called my dad to my younger cousins, my older cousins. Dad was Uncle Ray Ray. You would never want to hear. You would never want to hear that nigga was coming to your school, because my dad he do sheet metal work, so them niggas up at like 5 in the morning and be done by 2 p.m. and shit like that. But sometimes like equipment don't come in. Sometimes like whatever. My dad will always like working whatever, but the nigga had mad free time, so like he would have nothing to do better than pull up to your school. Yo, my one cousin.
Parents always had time to pull up to the school, bro. No matter what they.
Niggas don't got time for concerts and none of that. But pulling up to school to beat your ass.
School at 1 o'clock.
And don't let them niggas. And don't let them niggas work in the same city you go to school in.
Bro, my dad used to be at 1031 Warren Avenue, which is my address. Sitting down, not doing shit. Playing Call of Duty, my nigga. Playing Call of Duty. You get the call like
COD, that's crazy.
Playing Call of Duty, the story mode too. Not even really online. Just playing the story, getting clapped. Losing. Never be in the game, just losing. And he would just show up to the school. What's up, Tyler? And every time I see him, I'm like, whatever this is, it's not good. Mr. Benequista called me. Fuck you, Mr. Benequista, by the way. Let's go in the office. Fuck. While we in the office, cutting class?
Oh, damn.
And me, I just own up to the shit yeah. Oh, so you could just say it like that. I'm like, well, clearly you got the, parents ask you rhetorical questions to see if you're going to lie. And it'd be like, your parents ever not tell a whole story to your parents? A lot of them niggas, and they'd be like, see, if you ain't lied, this wouldn't have been so bad. You ever had one ass whooping that was worse than another?
Yo, bro.
I ain't gonna lie.
Bro,
Being a boyfriend taught me that lesson. That's why I don't even lie no more, bro. Because I'm like, God damn, if I would have just told her the fucking truth.
I never lie. Even when I was a kid, when my parents asked me, did I do something? Because one thing my parents know about me, they know, whenever I do something, it's either one for a reason, or if I did do it for no reason, I wasn't gonna lie.
I didn't realize I was a liar, so I started lying.
My dad used to show up to the school for me because when my teacher used to call him and shit, he never whipped my ass in class, but he would show up to the school knowing I did some bullshit, and then he'll ask me about it, and I just be like, "Yeah, I did it."
I got to this point in life when it came to shit
like that, that got to be if somebody pulling up on something that you kind of know, but I feel like lying to your girl are harder than lying to your parents. I feel like lying to your parents,
I wouldn't know.
You've been with me since I was shitting my drawers. So at the end of the day,
you still my nigga.
At the end of the day, what you gonna do? You had me. Lying to your girls is oh my God, you about to be tight. I tell you this, so I'm gonna just tell you something different.
I'm
gonna just tell you something different.
If you tell a lie, bro, you gotta remember the lie you told.
Yeah, and that's the problem. That's a problem. That's why it's always. But sometimes you gotta
because they keep those receipts.
Unless it's on the resume.
Yeah, you can lie on your resume.
I learned smart people learn from their own mistakes. Wise people learn from other people's mistakes.
You know who is like that with that shit? My little brother and my little sister. Them niggas watched me do so much shit and was just like, yeah, not doing that. My little brother, this nigga don't get ass whoopings for shit. He think he's smooth. One time my mom was like, I feel like I'm gonna have to show your brother who I really am. Cause I feel like he don't know. I'm like, bro, I remember one time he said something that was real crazy. I'm like, you're not gonna do nothing?
Hey, yo, what the
wow,
fuck?
That's crazy. Cause I know if it had been me, shit, I feel like today, if it was still me. But it's then you realize that, damn, I'm the oldest, so I kind of set the tone for this shit. So,
yeah, which is ass. That's bad parenting to me. Parents really do,
parents get lazier over time, bro.
They do, treat the oldest like shit. I've seen that shit.
I mean,
but you know what it is? My
what else you gonna do though?
My mom owned this shit though. Not my biological mom.
I've done way worse shit than Reggie has ever done and never got in trouble for any of the shit. Well, I would get in trouble for it, but shit'll pass just because I was just yeah, I did it.
Bro, my mom would she came out and said it. She was like, yo, you my oldest. She's like, I'm not. She's like, it's not fair. She's like, but everything I learned about parenting, I learned through you.
You learn, yeah. It's like relationships.
Every time I do it better, every time I get a chance to do it better, I have to learn from my mistakes. I can't make the same mistakes again.
Bro,
with multiple children.
It's really like relationships, yo.
It's really
but even then,
it's just painful to hear that because it's damn, bro, well, I couldn't be second.
I had to be.
But even then,
I had to take all the ass whoopings for everybody.
But even then, that's another cruel thing that I had to go through because there was this one point in time where if my father couldn't come up with a solution of who did what, he said,
your fault.
instantly it was my fault, and I got the worst ass whooping out of the three of us.
Because you supposed to know better, older brother.
See, it's crazy because me and my siblings is like years apart. Getting extra ass whoopings for 10 months is crazy. I'm not jacking that. We the same age as far as I'm concerned.
I never really got no ass whoopings like that though. Like I guess
my dad, after a certain age, he stopped beating me. He just started like hitting me like I was a grown man. Like that's how I know I've been punched in the face for him because my dad did that shit.
One time my stepfather went when I had got arrested for what did I get arrested for when I was 11, 12? Some bullshit.
Damn.
No, but look, see, so it sounds so niggas be like Ziggy was bad. Ziggy, niggas don't know bad kids, bro. I just did dumb kid shit. I did like, all right, one time I took a piss outside a pizza store on a window. Yeah, I was yelling, yeah, all right, cool. That's bad, all right? That's bad. However,
you was trying to end up on that registry. Bro.
Nah, I was 11 years old. I thought it was funny. I thought it was more funny than anything. How many kids have taken pisses behind trees and like all type of shit? So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to pee on this window, whatever. I just so happened to do it on a dumbass block. All right, cool. But this time it was mischief night. The night before Halloween and shit.
Yeah.
So the homies just throwing toilet paper, doing whatever, spray painting shit, whatever. Like not spray painting people shit, but spray painting walls and whatever. So cops just ran down on niggas. It was like 12 of us. We got in trouble. Fucking, they bring us in like we criminals and shit. I'm like, bro, like we ain't even do nothing for real. We threw a couple rocks. We ain't damaged nothing. We ain't hit nobody's car. You just seen a bunch of little niggas riding around. You caught spray paint on us and you arrested us. All right, cool. That was my first day doing anything like that. I get back home. My mom, she a little tight, obviously, because you never want your child to be dealing with no police shit. But my stepdad, like, hit me in my chest, like, with his closed fist and type of shit. I was the type of kid, like, I didn't give a fuck if you was an adult, a kid, whatever. If you did, like me, if you don't want to fight, don't put your hands on me. So I was like, yo, I don't know who the fuck you think you hitting, but you're not my fucking father, nigga. Let's fight. I remember I said that shit straight like that. And he's like 30-something. I'm like 12 at this point. And like we scrapped. Like I tried to throw bro down the stairs and everything like that. But from that day on, he never ever crossed me like past a certain point. Cause he was like, yo, this nigga is crazy enough to like to fight an adult as a little kid. Like before I was even
like teenager type.
Nigga, I wasn't even 5'7". I was probably like 5'5". Like
I say this shit all the time. Niggas really don't be wanting to fight. They just be wanting to get their licks off.
Bro, but that's kind of what
that's a very true statement.
And I was like, bro, you ain't never even talked to me. Like,
if a nigga could slap you and you not do nothing about it, they would do that shit. But niggas don't slap you because they know they gonna get hit back. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I feel like there's a whole thing about respect that people don't understand. That you can be an adult and give a child respect and have it not be like, oh, I'm giving too much power to a child. Nah, you gotta let a child know that their existence means something. Not like because they're a human, not because like they're your child. If that makes sense.
Like I'll never forget the one time I threw my hands up at my pop, and it's not because I wanted to fight. It was because it was just a reaction. Like, nigga, you put me in karate, so like naturally, somebody swinging me, I'm gonna move, and my hands go up because now I have to defend myself. And you're like, every father favorite, like, oh, you a man now, huh? Oh, you want to be a man? And now niggas doing that. And it was mad opportunities where shit could have went left, and I could have done this, but it's like in my head, it's like probably can't come back from shit like that. Right. And that was me thinking about that in that moment, because in that moment it was like, I'm like, you're not. I'm like, you probably beat my ass, but I'll get a couple of these shits in. Like, it's not going to go the way you think it's going to go.
Because they're not going to feel good about themselves if they beat your ass for real.
And it's like, are you either?
They're not, like, if you fight them, they're going to feel bad about themselves that they just beat the shit out of them in a fight.
There's some prideful ass fathers out there, though, bro.
My dad is definitely one of those motherfuckers.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's definitely some prideful ass niggas.
My dad's type nigga, like, yo, you want to be a man? Like, let's be men. Let's see what that's about. Like, he type nigga, like, don't ask me to go outside because I'm going. Like, yeah, that he came up in that time. But I definitely agree with the fact that it's like, yo, you did that because you know you could, not because you thought it was right. Like, it's like, yo, would you have done that if I could fight back? Would you still do that? And it's like, would you? Probably.
Nope. Like, no, that's why niggas don't do that when you get older. Niggas don't touch you when you get older. Parents don't touch you when you get older because they know you will fight back.
Not only that,
Not for nothing. That
but
was the
even then,
last time any of that ever happened.
But even then, not only
that's why
that, you might win. No, you probably will win.
Nigga, I was in high school at this time. I'm playing football. I'm in karate 2 times a week.
You were gonna win.
But there is a thing that we underestimated, and until now, I didn't know what it was, and it's called grown man strength.
Yeah. Because honestly, like if we keep it 100, we still don't got it.
We still don't got it. But
it's being cultivated.
I'm like,
it's being cultivated.
My little brother, I'm like, I can beat the shit out of this thing.
Yeah.
When I talk to people about, because I've never like fought my dad or nothing like that, but when I
watch my
I've gotten into an altercation with my mom before. I didn't hit her. She was hitting me. But
my mom used to hit me. I used to I ain't gonna lie, man. You gonna have to, them hands getting held, like that shirt, that collar, bacon collar. Like you ain't about to.
When I talk to people about their stories about them like getting beat by their parents and then eventually fighting back, they always say like, and that was the last time that ever happened. I'd be like, yeah, because they realize now that like it's gonna be a fight now. They can't just quote unquote discipline you. If they hit you, they know they're gonna get hit back.
There's consequences for both of us.
But even then,
I'd be like, yo, have you ever known your parents to be a fighter? And a lot of them be like, no. I'd be like, exactly, because they're not just about to go outside and fight people. If they get into an argument with somebody at the store, you ain't never see them fight. When they get into an argument with an employee at a restaurant, you don't never see them fight. They just do that to you because they know
that you ain't gonna do nothing.
And once you get to that age where you finna fight back, that's when all that shit stop.
Bro, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Like, my pops was one of them niggas that's really what he do. Like he's also 6'5", like X amount of pounds. Like he was always a big ass nigga. Yeah. So it's like, all right, my nigga, we get it. Like I've seen him I seen my dad beat the shit out of a nigga with a mop ringer. You know what a mop ringer is, bro?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like
the little shit
when you put the mop in the joint and you push the shit down. I see my dad beat a nigga with one of those in a bar at Slicks in Irvington. Like, because the nigga stole his tools. I remember I told you, I seen them niggas light a nigga off, like damn near light a nigga on fire. They beat the nigga ass because he stole the tools, tried to come back and sell them to him. Then went and threw the nigga in the dumpster, poured lighter fluid on him, and then the crackhead bullshit, RIP LB, had pulled out, which lighter you want? They just want to light this nigga on fire. If I wasn't there, that nigga might have got cooked. No bullshit.
I ain't talking about them types. I'm talking about the niggas that ain't never see their
kingpin.
I'm talking about the niggas that ain't never see their parents touch nobody but them.
And you know what? I know exactly what you're talking about. And you know who that was? That was my stepfather. That was my mom's ex-husband. Because he put his hands on me one time. I'm like, he choked me type shit. Like what you were saying, like the football when you was playing football with that nigga. And I told my mom's and shit, and she tried to make it seem like that didn't happen. And it's like when I was a kid, I had a habit. Like I would lie about shit when I was a kid, but that shit definitely happened. I told my pops that happened, and the nigga like my pops was like, "Yo, I didn't push the button on shit because like I didn't want any. I wasn't 100% sure." And I'm like,
when niggas say slap dick,
yo, straight like slap dick, yo, dead ass. Because like it's just like yo, for one, I know you with all of that you doing. Like you be talking to my dad, mad peaceful. So I know everything that you're doing right now, you would have never did that if niggas was around. Like, and I know that he told you not to put your hands on me. So I know that. So now you're doing this because my mom not around. It's like even if my mom isn't around, you can't do nothing. So like you doing all this extra shit, and it's like, bro, this could really, really go left. Now in my adult age, like I can speak. That's my little brother's father. So I wish no ill on that man because at the end of the day, like my little brother gonna have to deal with that. But like. When I was younger, bro, you want to talk about somebody that I wish I could have like committed bodily injury to? That was the one. He caused so much stress for my life and so much turmoil and all this other
it's
shit.
crazy. The only person in the world I really like, I'd say like I hate, like it is probably the mother of my little brother. Yeah, my little brother's mother, my oldest little brother's mother. But that's only because I seen her really. My oldest little brother's mother, which is obviously not my mother.
You got multiple little brothers.
I have multiple little brothers. I have 3 siblings, 2 brothers, 1 sister. They go 18, 19, 20. 20-year-old's mother. like with my dad.
I had to connect the dots. Sorry.
Yeah, but yeah, nah, that's like one of the boy. I remember one time she pulled out a knife on my little man's, and I was here, and it was after a shift, so I was a little drunk, nigga. I drove to New York, little faded, solo dolo. I was ready to
beat the shit out, like
I was ready to beat
really go
somebody
crazy
ass.
because it's like, yo, like,
why
like,
you
stop-
pulling a knife out on my 17-year-old brother? What the fuck are you doing?
What did he make you fear for your life? Because that's the only reason I could even make you understand.
Nah,
You can
and
even
it-
make me understand that.
But even then, that's corny.
It bro, it was so crazy. It was so crazy. It was so wild.
But I never understood how, like, even then, like, we grow up and parents thought it was okay to hit their kids in their face. And then they reach a teenage age, like what you said, like when they realize it's about to be a fight, they stop doing that stuff. Why does it take for you to hit them in their face when they're a teenager to be like, you know what? I'm not taking this shit no more.
It's exactly what Sean said though. Some niggas don't want to be fight. Some niggas don't want to fight. Some niggas want to get their licks off, and that's a perfect way to put it.
There's you ever been somewhere and somebody got on your nerves and then you just be like, man, I'll slap the shit out of him.
You asking me, bro?
Yeah.
You asking me,
You
bro?
never wanted to
You
slap
never
the
just-
shit out of anyone.
All right, so Shake, you ever been somewhere?
Yup.
But did you do it?
Nah,
Why?
because I have home training. I mean, realistically, it's because at the end of the day, it's like, for what? That was my thought process.
Like, bro,
It was
if
like,
you
but
slap
it's
this
exactly what you
person,
want. It's exactly. It's like,
There's going to be consequences for your actions, whether you beat the shit out of him or not.
yup.
And niggas don't be wanting to go through that. That's why when a parent hits you and they know you won't fight back or can't fight back, they just continue to do it. But once you get to the age where you're going to fight back, they know they're going to have to deal with some consequences that they don't want to deal with.
And it could also go. It's also can. It also can be like, all right, like, and the consequences could be a relationship being damaged, a relationship being broken.
Or you getting your ass beat by your kid. And then once you get your ass beat by your kid, what can you say to your kid? And then they resort to get out my house.
I've seen that. I've seen.
But it was you that started it.
I've seen a grown man be his father. My mother ex-husband father. My mother's ex-husband, his son, his oldest son, beat the shit out that nigga right in the living room. I'm talking about this nigga. I was Adrien Broner clothes. Like, his shit was lumped up for weeks. And it was like, the shit was back when, like, George Bush was the president. Like,
shit
or when he was running
embarrassing.
for president.
Holy shit.
Bro,
Nigga
getting
was
beat up
in-
by your kid
in front of your wife.
Gotta be embarrassing.
In front of your wife.
I don't need that level of family drama.
Bro, it was crazy. That was the craziest shit I ever seen.
Never,
bro.
but that's the shit that happens.
I
Bro.
mean, yeah, no, it be like that sometimes.
But even
That's
then,
like being a kid and being a boy and getting beat up by a girl. Like,
But-
it's just as embarrassing.
Yo,
But
my
even
little
then-
brother whooped his girl ass.
But even
So,
then,
you know what the craziest part is?
I whooped
he
his ass.
blamed my mom for that.
but even then,
Nigga, his son beat his ass and he blamed my mom because them niggas had a disagreement on, like, their relationship was strange as is, but he blamed her because it was like, why are you trying to, like, we don't get along, this, that, and the third. And it was like, yo, it was a great day. Everything was great. You, like, the niggas start disagreeing. Y'all start disagreeing on politics. You start trying to tell him what he needs to believe in. You start calling him this and calling him that. And it's like,
Why niggas be so mad about politics?
but
Like,
you know what
everybody
it was,
don't
though?
believe certain
That
shit. though.
like, Main Man had an anger problem
Yeah,
as
yeah,
a kid.
it turned it into a bigger
But
whole
what it
thing.
also was like, it's unresolved issues, and people don't realize how much stuff like that really.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
when another man turns into, when a boy grows into a man, he has his own ideals
Yeah.
now. So it's like, at the end of the day, like, I can look you right in your face and say, I don't give a fuck what you talking about.
That's why I
And
always-
just because you so and so, like, I don't have to go along with what you're saying.
That's why I don't really talk to my stepfather like all that much. Like, I mean, he got a good heart, but just in terms of like he's so dissociated and like he did so much. I can't even say foul shit. He just like, I look at how much he negatively affected. Like, I mean, thankfully I got my little homies out of it, and so like, you know, like, hey, we gang. But I just see where my mother at now with her life, and I'm like, yo, if this nigga never came around, bro, my mother would be in so much of a better. So I'm like, you know what? All that pent up anger, all those pent up issues, it's best for me to not even like when I see you, it's all love. You ask for my daughter, appreciate it, thank you. We talk, we can chop it up, whatever. Boom, boom. I'm gonna keep it cordial.
But it's not no dad shit. It's not.
But
none
we
of that.
can't even get to a certain level of conversation because if anything go left, I'm really at a point now where I'm a grown ass man now, so I'm.
Sorry, bro, stop fucking talking to me.
Yeah, it's like, yo, I owe you 20 years of ass whooping. So if you're ready for that,
But
if you're ready for that, let's go.
But even then, like, say stuff like that happens where like you fighting the child is fighting their parents and stuff like that. Parents don't think about how traumatic that is to the kid.
They don't, but you know why? Because they look at everything from a parent's perspective. And that's why, just kind of circling back to what we was talking about earlier, like having conversations with your kids is very important. Having conversations with your kids and letting them feel as though they can talk to you, and letting them know that, like, when they talk to you, like my mom is kind of on the lines of, she's like, hey, we can have open dialogue, and what I decide after that is gonna be what it's gonna be. But you have a right to speak up for yourself. And I think that goes a long way. And it's like our generation of parents come from a generation where, like, ain't none of that. Mm-hmm. So, like, whooping your ass and doing certain shit is all they know.
Yeah, they love saying, I'm not doing nothing to you that wasn't done to me.
And it's like, nigga, did you like that shit?
I'll be like, yo, you think that's okay?
Yeah, like did you like abuse, my nigga? Because, like, violence disguised as discipline is just abuse to me.
Right.
Because at what point is it like to me, like, I'd rather like check my son, punch him in the chest, hey, cool out. Mm-hmm. Then take my belt off and beat him like he was a slave, because that's where that shit comes from.
But they think about it as, this is what happened to me when I was a kid, and I turned out okay.
And it's like, nigga, you turned out okay. I want to be great. I don't want to be okay.
Yeah.
And then when you start getting older and you start really, it's like, I turned out fine, didn't I? And you start looking like, well, nigga, you're this age and you still do this, and you're still working, and you don't got no fucking relationship with your parents. Oh, and by the way,
you got a relationship with your kids.
You turned out all right. Ain't you supposed to want better for your kids than what you had? Why the fuck would you give me exactly what you got?
Yeah, stupid.
I would never give my kids exactly what I got and tell them this what it's supposed to be. It's like, you gonna have a different life than me. If I can give you better in every aspect of my life, I'm gonna do it.
But even then, they look at that as a material thing. They don't look at that as
exactly. It's like, nigga, getting your ass whooped in a house with high ceilings ain't no different than getting your ass whooped.
You want to know how many times I heard, yo, I got you this, I can't get this, or yo, I ain't have half the shit that y'all had.
Nigga, that's your parents' fault.
Exactly.
You. That's like sitting here and saying, like, yo, you want applause for doing your job? I didn't ask to be here.
Exactly.
Like, I'll never forget the day we was sitting at the dining room table. My pops was like, we're sitting there. I went to the college fair, I had all this other shit, and like, main man was like, I'm not paying for you to go to college. Straight like that. I'm not paying for it. I was like, so what am I going to school for? What am I doing all this for? It was like, well, this is that third. I don't believe this. I don't believe you're going to go do this. I'm like, all right, well. He's like, that's not my responsibility. I'm like, I didn't ask to be here. Like, I didn't ask to exist. I didn't ask.
That's so much like the kid answer, but it's a real thing though. Like,
it's a real thing, yeah.
It's like, yo, it actually it is, and that's what I said. I'm like, actually, it is your responsibility. I didn't ask to be here. You tell me you want. It's like, oh, so now because I get to 18, you feel as though your ability to set me free and free yourself from certain responsibility. Because a lot of people whose parents didn't want to be parents. A lot of people whose parents was never really meant to be parents. Some people that happens and that's their life.
Some people think that having a kid is. Some people think having a kid is going to save their marriage or save their relationship.
That happens too.
Yeah.
But it's like, at the end of the day, bro, like, people, it's like, yo, when you look at your child, you should never look and see a mistake you made. You should never see the other parent and how much you hate them. Or if that's what it is, but you need to work on that, because you're gonna put that poison into your kid.
You need to go to fucking therapy.
Like, I've heard, like, the things I've heard both of my parents say about each other, and then honestly expect me to really have, like, to love the other one more. I'm like, bro, I know so much about y'all relationship just because y'all don't shut the fuck up, and you don't have enough respect for me or the other parent or yourself to not say these things in front of me. Like, one thing I'll never do, I'll never argue in front of TJ. I'm not having no conversations that like, I'm not holding TJ like that. I'm not holding tight. And if I'm aggravated, I'm putting him down and I'm going to do something else. You know why? Because kids feel that. Kids feel energy.
Right.
Same way, if somebody was pissed off in this room, they can feel it. Kids can feel that too. They ain't no different. They just don't understand what it is right now. But that's why babies will just cry. They hear the elevated tones. They hear niggas yelling this, that, and the third. They know someone's upset. They wrong. They panicking. Anxiety race up. And that's what it is. Now you got an anxious child. Why? Because you didn't have the decency to not do that in front of them.
Speaking of kids, but you know Genuine got 7 daughters?
Jesus.
Wow.
Bro.
What were we about to say?
What? I had a joke. But as a father to a future daughter.
And they look good.
I'm going to end the podcast.
I'm looking at 4 of them right now. 4 of the
Rashawn was about to say something.
I don't know about the 3 young. I don't know what the 3 other ones' ages is like. So respect to those. But I'm looking at the 4 ones that look a little grown right now.
We look a little grown. You better look up some
stallions?
ages.
So the ponies grew up. This has been episode 79.
Wait. Rashawn was about to say something, bro.
All I was gonna say was, like, all of this shit we're talking about are things that I've like realized about my parents, like, as I grew up. Because like when you're a kid, you don't think about this kind of stuff. You gotta kind of like have conversations with other people to see how they grew up, and then like knowing that other people grew up kind of the way that I did, as far as like getting beat and stuff like that. It don't make it. To me, it doesn't. I don't look at my parents like they did the normal thing or the okay thing, but it kind of lessens the.
So this happened to everybody. I thought it was just me.
Yeah, it kind of lessens the resentment that I had towards my parents. So now I've kind of gained a certain appreciation for my parents, because the thing that I like to say to people is like, given your circumstances, how are you responding to your circumstances? So to me, it's like because I'm not about to sit here and go through my parents' like relationship or whatever, but I feel like given their circumstances, and to this day, I don't know everything. I know a lot of things, but I don't know everything. But it's like, given the circumstances, I appreciate what they have done for me, good or bad. It's just I accept them for who they are now, and me and my mom don't really have the best relationship. Me and my dad did, but knowing a lot of things that he did kind of like
change that. Change your perspective. It not even change that. It changed your perspective.
It changed my perspective of him, but at the same time, I still appreciate who he is. Trying to be a father of 3 kids at a bad time in his life. Like I said, I'm not about to go through the whole thing, but like, being a man now is just like, I can't imagine being in that situation at that age. At
that age, with that situation,
so
making
that's
why
making
being
that amount of money, living where you living at, on the block you living at, like all of that.
Because right now we probably all making more money than our parents was making when they had us.
That's a fact.
So I just try to.
For real, sure. I mean, inflation's a motherfucker, but that's.
I'm kind of at peace with the relationship with my parents. Like, if it grows like bigger, then I'm okay with it. But if it stays the way it is now, it's cool, because I've just accepted them for the people they are. Like, regardless if they're my mom or my dad, I look at them now as, you are this person. So I'm accepting you as this person.
But we also got to take the respect. Yeah, because people we forget that our parents was
there were people before
his parents.
Yeah,
but that's why that's why every week though I take and like with my job and shit, a lot of times I don't get back till anywhere between like 7 and 9. So like my time with my daughter during the week be a little shaky. But every Saturday I make sure I wake my black ass up. I pick my daughter up. I take her to my mom's house. We spend the whole day. Because if that, I mean, I want to spend more time, but I got to make more time and spend more time. But I'm like, you know what? If we get this 12 hours, you don't get this 12 hours with my mom too. Because at the end of the day, my mom is, at this point, she in the next phase of her life. She gonna die one day. I'm gonna die one day. My dad gonna die one day. So, Mom, we finna be tight. You finna be my homie. Like, at the end, we had enough. You said military school, you whatever. If you could do that shit over again, you wouldn't do it. I was mad at you. I still got little feelings about that shit, but it's whatever. I'm over it now.
No, but even then, like,
because ready, if you don't go to military school, ain't no zig.
That's a fact. That's a whole side fact. That's a whole side fact.
I'm not gonna lie. The way you put it that way, like, like you say, you were more at peace with it and stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie, for myself, I still feel like a lot of anger.
Yeah,
I still feel a lot of anger even after being removed from the situation for over 2 years. So for me, like, there'll be times where I'll be going to bed or something like that.
This is a clean nigga with the fade, bro. This is a whole new nigga with the fade.
I didn't realize what it was, and I walked in. I was like, "Yo, bro, look at him a little different." Like when Todd came in with the shortcut.
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, like what you doing, nigga?
But even thank you for the compliment. But even then, like, there are times where like I'll go to bed at night and I'm just thinking about random shit that happened when I was a kid and stuff like that. And I know, granted, some of the stuff could have like. More than likely was my fault, but like the way that my parents reacted to it and stuff like that, plus other situations that happened when I was a kid that had nothing to do with the three of us, but we still ended up facing consequences for something that they went through. Like, I still feel a lot of anger about that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of that stems from me stop going to therapy.
I'm about to say that's why we need therapy,
right,
my niggas.
so,
that's the thing I'm the most excited to do. The most excited to do is to go back to therapy.
Right. That's what I'm planning on doing too, because like I need to like,
bro. You don't realize how much like you carry that stuff, and we can go for hours about it, because like I'll never forget when my mom put me in therapy. I was probably like 11.
My mom put me in therapy mad young, so I was mad when she did it.
I feel like we need to talk to somebody. I loved it, but you know what? What happened? My dad shamed me for that shit.
Yeah,
not shame.
That's crazy.
I hate that term, but that's the only way I can like. That's the only word that I can use it, because it was like you know got what? You talking to a therapist. Now you doing this, and it's just like, you know what, my nigga? Like back in this age, I'm like, bro, you probably needed that. And it's like not for nothing. Like my pops is from that era where like men don't cry. He from the era where like niggas don't admit how they feel about shit. He just some hard exterior nigga. But that nigga feelings be hurt about little shit. About the littlest shit too.
My
niggas be in their bag. I'm like, yo, like, all right, ready? It'd be like, oh, you gonna come over and touch us? I'd be like, yeah. Then come over. It's like, wait, I thought you was coming over. I'm like, yo, ready? You was the nigga that taught me, like, if I gotta go get a quick dollar, I gotta go make some money. Yeah. It was like, yo, you coming to watch me at karate today? I gotta do this, I gotta do that. So now in your older age, you seeing it where it's like, yo, I have stuff I need to do. Yeah. And you taught me that. And so it's like, you'll never hear, if I tell my dad, just me and him be talking, I'd be like, that don't make sense. He'd be like, yeah. And it's like, why? Yeah. Because you taught me to think that way. So you can't now try to change the course. It's like, it's only in this age where I'm realizing, it's like, bro, like, I'm going to miss out on a lot of shit if I just decide that and it's like, yo, the dude I work for now, he said this shit. He was like, yo, I was working at a spot. I was making great money. I met my wife there just down the third. And I was talking to the dude who's supposed to have my job right now. And he was like, yo, I'll tell you right now, if that shit important to you, get out before the money gets too good. That nigga right now as a chef he works 60, 70 hours a week, and they make $250,000 a year cooking. Wow. $250,000 a year. And he was like, bro, I'm never leaving this shit. He got teenagers you don't see, big ass house he never really just get to live in, do certain shit. His kids got whatever it is they need, whatever they want, he provide for his family. But it's like, as men, we taught that like the women are gonna nurture. As long as we provide, we should be all right. And it's like, but it's not true, bro. It's not true. And like, your presence means so much different. That's why they be so like, the kids gravitate towards you for a reason, bro. That's and it's like they talk to you and they deal with you different. And it's like, yo, like, this is important. Like, it don't matter what is going on. If I go to see TJ, whoever, she's like, she'll call me to straighten him out with certain, like, here, put him on the phone. Like,
niggas be wanting to see their dad, bro. Like, niggas be wanting to see their dad.
That's one thing like that. That's why I appreciate the mother of my child, because no matter what we might go through or whatever, she ain't never stopped me from seeing my daughter. Like, even like
it's
today, she hit me up. She was like, I was at work, and she's like, yo, you want to come through and watch a movie later? But I kept it 100 with her. I was like, I do. Like, I was thinking about this all day, but I got the pod today, and I really want to do the pod. I was like, so if it's cool if I come tomorrow and do that? She'd be like, yeah, that's no problem. And I hit her up, and I was like, thank you for working with me. And I was like, thank you for doing all you do, for holding the fort down, whatever, in certain ways. That gets me back to the conversation I was saying, where I don't know how motherfuckers have all these kids, bro. Because even that was an emotional experience for me. Because I was like, damn, I choose my homies over my daughter. I already only see my daughter a couple times a week and boom, boom. But then I'm like, nah, it's not really like that. It's just more, you got to divvy up your responsibilities and shit. But then I'm like, but then I got to do this to get a couple dollars. So, and then I'm supposed to have this show on Wednesday. So,
like, we wasn't. Let's be real, bro. Were you taught to hold the house down, or were you taught to go out and get it? Or were you taught ready that going out and get it was holding the house down?
I think it was more going out to get it.
Because
house
ready,
down.
if you in your mind, right, if you don't go out and get it, like if you and your, let's role play real fast, right? You and your shorty live together. Fix your face. you and your shorty, y'all live together. If you don't go out and get it, you probably know that at the bare minimum, home will be good, right? Like the things that's important about home, cleanliness.
For me, it's difficult because like my dad worked all the time, but the nigga was always there. Like
that's true. That's one thing I couldn't take away from my dad.
He was always there. Like
yeah,
he worked all the time, but
he never missed a football game. By the way,
but somehow he was always there.
Yep. He never missed in the 10 years for him, 9 years for me. He'd never missed a football game.
That's crazy,
bro. He used to be there. He used to be there so much. We used to be like, "You don't got work today,"
and it's like,
even
bro,
though he was always at work.
It's like, bro, this shit important to me.
See, I've never come home to my dad one time my whole entire life, so I have no idea what that even like.
Bro, it was a point in my life seeing my dad at home would be stressful. Like, not even on some, like, damn, this about to be some bullshit, but it's just like, actually, it was just like, damn, this really could be some bullshit. You don't know what mood this nigga in. You don't know what this nigga know today. You don't know how he feeling about this. You don't know what the conversation gonna be. Are you gonna want to, and it's like, a lot of things I realized in my older age that, like, my pops know how to make a man. He didn't know how to raise a boy.
That's big.
And a lot of men who didn't grow up with fathers don't necessarily know how to do that.
Yeah,
so
that's where I'm at.
I can now parent from the perspective of this is what I would have wanted. And I have to remember that I gotta be a parent to my kids individually. But in this space where I felt like this part was lacking to me, like that communication part, that you know, that little stuff like, yo, let's go play catch. Nah, I don't got time for that. I gotta go do this down the third. You gonna be with your cousins. Like my older cousins and my god brother shit. Like when I was with my pops, like them niggas raised me, and I hung out with them more than anything because I had a cousin who was old enough to watch all of us. My dad had a big ass fucking 100-something pound Rottweiler you couldn't get in the crib. So like, and then it
you
was
outside
LB.
playing with your cousin, playing with the dog. But like, how much did you really play with your dad? How much did you like get to sit, watch a movie, play catch, play baseball, go to a game?
I don't have
like,
those.
yeah.
I have the rides up and down the Parkway.
Yeah,
those are the most times that me and my partner. It's like that's assuming he wasn't on the phone.
Yeah,
that's assuming he wasn't upset about this or he wasn't making a business this or he whatever that was. So it's like at my older age, we kind of get to know each other, whatever. But like what he know of me is who he knew.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't know me to an extent. Like, you may know, like, my habits and my patterns, but you know habits and patterns from when I was, like, 20-something years old. Like, and I've come to learn that, like, as far as my parents is concerned, like, I'm at best when I can deal with them in doses. Like, me and my dad, like, I have what I call the 90-day rule. I can live with my dad for 90 days. By day 91, it's done.
It's clear.
Shit is not good. Something is wrong. Because it's like my dad, it's like if you're not maneuvering like him, he just like be like, yo, why you ain't do this? That. Like, he the type nigga that like will not flush the toilet and then be like, yo, who ain't flush the toilet? And then be like, bro, you waking niggas up about who flushed the toilet? Yeah. Like, flush the fucking toilet, bro. Yeah. Like, we men, like, but to him, it's like, yo, that's his space. So it's just like, I'm like, all right, like, my bad. I didn't flush the toilet. And then it's like, oh, like, you smell like weed. And it's like, bro, I don't even have weed on me. And you're trying to set, I'm like, now you just maxing it because I smoked with my friends. But the reality is, in your space, you don't like the smell of weed. But it's like, you want me around, but I come with weed, nigga. Like, I'm 27 years old at this time. Like, I smoke weed. And it's like, yo, you know I don't do it in the crib. I have this. Like, it got to the point where I had to keep my weed in the garage. And I'm like,
what am I doing?
bro, like,
what am I doing?
What am I doing? And at some point, like, and when we all get to that space where, like, you know, where we get to, and, you know, I would say not we all, because me and Zig there, but when y'all get an opportunity to be parents, if y'all want to be parents or whatever, that we just do better than they did. You know, we do better than they did, and we do the things that they did that benefit us. We remember those things. We instill them in us because they didn't steer us the wrong way. And nobody in here a felon.
Fact.
Nobody in here got like wild criminal records. Nobody's a rapist. So at some point, they did something right. And it's like,
Yeah, that's why I say I appreciate them for
you know what I mean? You right for that.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the truth. It's like, you know, at the end of the day, like I learned something. And it's like, it's one of them situations where it's like, whatever was useful to me, like, I'm going to take what's useful. Like, I hear my mom say this shit all the time. She's like, yo, my sole purpose in this life is to raise my kids. And she's like, I want my kids. She's like, I do for my kids so that in turn, when I get old, they want to do for me. It's like, I will carry you as long as I can because one day I'm going to need you to carry me.
Thanks.
And I don't want no kid carrying me that feel like they got to do it out of obligation. I want them to do it because they love me the same way I love them.
Facts.
And it's like, that woman didn't birth me, but if you ask anybody, like, that's my mom.
Yeah, that's your mom.
Because, like, out of everybody who has been a parent to me, she's never changed. She never was consistent. And it took removing myself and I really had to check my way of thinking because of how I experienced my parents.
How niggas was brought up.
To appreciate her. Because it's like, yo, you didn't birth me, but nobody can tell you that.
Yeah.
Like, you'll kill somebody over me just the same way.
That's how I feel about her man.
You feel me? So it's like, yo, like this, like you can't tell me nothing about this person because they've shown me that it can be done the right way.
Yeah.
You feel me? So like, that's my kid's grandmother. Like, that's what that is. Whoever like see me about it, and whoever got a problem with me, come kill my uncle about it, pussy. This has been episode 79.
Anybody
the
can
Regulation
get it.
Podcast. Anybody can get it. The Uno champ. I am one of your hosts. Shane.
Oh, hold on. Since we talking about Uno, Bert, you ducked because you went and got an extra half hour at work. You better be here next week, bro.
21 voice. I'm saying, push the button for Bouzin. You know what I'm saying?
Monsieur Bouzin.
Push the button for Mogadine. Big shout out Shiesty, Drago, Lugo, Rose. Everybody, all the listeners, follow us at the EOR Podcast on all social media. Shawnee Beeman.
Shit love in the building.
BDT.
We out.
Make sure I get that motherfucking lover's patience. Let me tell you one thing though. Rose, I don't need no motivation. Trying to change my situation. Make a lane away from niggas. Hit a fatal when your niggas. I don't get no explanations. I don't need no validation. I don't see no competition. I don't need no phony bitches. I don't fuck with opposition. Kill them all with preparation. Mix the flow with education. Smoke the whole of medication. Get these hoes up on my face. If you ain't adding to my space, then you a cancer to my greatness. Yeah, bitch.
Trigger warning.